Hello, everybody. Hello and welcome. Happy Sunday. Just going to wait for a few people to join us. And then we shall get started. So this is going to be a very quick live stream, actually. Hello and welcome to show. So welcome. Like and share as they come in. And let's get this started. Just gonna wait for others to join us. Guys, if you can hear me, please do let me know in the comment section. And let's kick off the show. Just gonna wait for maybe another 10 seconds and then we'll get started. Welcome, everybody. Hello, Fashion with Lobster with Pearl, my beautiful sister. How are you? Happy Sunday to you. Please, if you can hear me, do let me know in the comment section, all right? So I guess I should get started. Happy Sunday to you as well. Happy Sunday, my beautiful sister. I hope Abuja weather. Are you still in Abuja? I hope Abuja weather is treating you well. It's good to know. It's good to know, my beautiful sister. Thank you so much for being here. Right, okay. I think I need to. There's something here that is actually going to mute chat. Loud and clear. Okay, thank you so much. So, guys, I came across this. Obviously, there was this interview that the lady you're seeing on the screen here. I'm sure you guys will know her. If you watch Nollywood movies, either English or Yoruba, you will definitely know who Bimbo Akintola is. Okay. Before, guys, let me quickly grab my notes. I have a note here, but I jot down some things about her that we want to refer to. Okay, so that's me. So we all know who our fashion style Pearl Cell is being cold and rainy. It's good now because I know Nigeria is always warm and stuff like that. So it's good for a change. So just like I was saying, if you obviously as a Nigerian growing up, you watch Nigerian movies, and the lady on your screen here, she was one, and I still want to believe that she's still one of the bigger name or bigger figure in Nollywood. Yes. So if she's an actress, I don't know if she's a scriptwriter or anything, but I know her to be an actress. Sister Natu, welcome, my beautiful sister. Welcome. Happy Sunday to you. So Bimbo Akintola is one of the big faces in the Nollywood Yoruba English movies. I love her. Okay, I love her. Like, I think she was in this movie with RMD. I can't remember what it is, but I remember that Ego Boyo was in that movie. It was like a love video like that, love drama like that. And that was that movie that I watched that made me fall in love with Boys to Men, because some of those in that video they played a few music of Boys to Men, like a lot of Boys to Men songs were played in that movie. I can't remember the movie now. It was one of the ones that I watched. I don't think it's Silent Night. It was the one that Richard RMD's family did not want RMD to get married to. Is she the one? RMD family did not want her to him to get married to her. Maybe I'm mixing her up with somebody, but yeah. So I can't remember, but if I remember, guys, maybe I'll pop it in the comment section. So Bimbo Akintola is one of the big faces in Nollywood. I love her. Like, I love her command of English. Like, when she speaks, oh my God! Like, when she speaks, you want to be eating her like Indomie noodles. She speaks perfectly well. And when she's, all of the emotions, when she's acting, you can see all of her body gestures, you can see her face expression. She does that, like she does her role well. So I fell in love with her. And I've, like, I watch a lot of her movies. So she was in the news about maybe a week ago. I've been postponing this live stream actually. She was in the movie, she was in the news a few days ago. I think she was being interviewed because she starred in a movie that was recently released on Netflix, To Kill a Monkey. She starred in that movie as well. So obviously the cast and crew of that movie where I can't remember the program where she was being interviewed. So they pretty much in that interview, they were asking her about her role in that movie. I don't know if any of you have watched that movie. To Kill a Monkey is showing Uncle Patrick. Welcome and welcome, sir. Happy Sunday to you, sir. It's good to see you here today. So I don't know if any of you have watched that movie, To Kill a Monkey. She actually starred in that movie as well. So that show that I watched, they were practically, interviewing the cast and crew of that movie. So she was in the movie, she was being interviewed. So she pretty much discussed her role, her scripts, what it takes to, be in that movie, what it takes to be able to bring, everything about her into the movie. And yes, To Kill a Monkey, I don't know how I felt about that movie, but it was just for me. It's not. I don't think there's any movie I'm going to watch that will be better than Rattlesnake. If you have watched Rattlesnake, nah, you are an OG. You are an OG. I don't know if Uncle Patrick has seen that movie, The Rattlesnake. They did a remake of it, like a new version of it, but the new version of it was not like the old Rattlesnake. The village setting. Ahana becoming an armed robber, so he could fend for his younger siblings and all of that stuff. So yeah, so I don't think there's any Nollywood movie out there that could ever stand for that movie. So, like I was saying, she went on to discuss her role, how it went, the movie, what she loved about it, and stuff like that. And then that episode of her talking about our cast, her being a cast or being a crew of that movie went past, and then it went to, yes, I know people have a lot of questions to ask me, so I am here to answer your questions. So, and then she started asking, hello, Hidara, welcome. So, you agree with me? Thank you, Jare, my beautiful sister. So obviously a lot of people, like, she's not been out there. She has not granted a lot of interviews in a long time. And me seeing her picture without all of those cast and crew lights, without all of the heavy makeup, I was even shocked to see her in a cropped hair. I was like, oh, why is Bimbo Akintola in a cropped hair? Like, what's going on? So even for the fact that I watched her, and when she was actually answering that question about herself, I realized that I actually don't know a lot about her. I did not know that she was not even married. I did not even know that she does not have children. And guys, this video or this part of this video, I'm not doing it because I want to shade her. No, because there are lessons that I want us to learn from here, and there are obviously opinions also that at this age or at this time of this generation that we are, it should not be something that we should be dragging women about. Okay, so this live stream is not in any way to shade her or anything like that. Okay, so I realized that I didn't know a lot about her. All I know about her was that I know her name, and she's one of the movie screen goddess in Nollywood. So she went on. I'm going to play that video for you at some point. I've had to edit it by removing some music because I don't want any copyright and stuff like that. So as you all know, her name is Bimbo Akintola, and she's from Oyo State. Her dad is from Oyo State. Her mom is from Edo State. So she's half Edo, half Ibadan girl. She doesn't have any children, and she's 52 years old. And she's a May baby as well. So she was born on the 5th of May. Does that make her a Gemini? Because I'm a Gemini as well. Team Gemini AAO. Guys, please like this live stream for me, please, as we're coming in. So she was born on the 5th of May as well. And okay, I'm just putting this button. So she was born on the 5th of May, and she's a Christian. And her net worth, you'll find out what her net worth is once I share that video with you guys. And she was asked in that interview that what was her popular movie, and she said there's a lot, but out of the lot that she could only think of, Out of Bounds. I think that was the movie I was talking about. I can't remember this movie in my head right now, but I'm going to have to go find it tonight and watch it again. Idara said, I love her so much. Didn't know much about her too. When I saw that video, I was so exactly. That's why I decided to bring it here. I did not know anything about her, and like I said, she's one of the screen goddess on Nollywood that I love so much. So while I'm gonna go find that video now, guys, please like and share. Let me upload that video. I hope it uploads because I've been holding on to that video for how many days now because it was just on my page, and I said, okay, let me just bring it here. Oh, I thought this was the edited one. Okay, let me go to my channel. Actually, there's one that I actually saved that does not have music in it. That I hope I have removed it. Okay, let me open it and I will share my screen with you. So I'm about to share my screen with you guys. Bear with me. I've got a lot of page open actually. Let me remove it and I will share my screen instead. Guys, please like and share, guys. Let me share my screen with you instead. So this is part of the interview where she was actually speaking about herself. So okay. So let me play that video now. I'm gonna allow. So this is the section where she was actually talking about herself, all right?
So I hear you people have been Googling all sorts of things about me. You want to know things? Why don't you just ask me? So the horse is here.
The horse is here.
From the horse's mouth. So let's find out what your questions are. They better be good.
Hello, my name is.
Oh, which state is Bimbo Akintola from? Or your state, Ibadan? But honestly, I say I'm bi-ethnic because my mom did it. You understand? So representing Edo State as well.
Yes, yes.
So I'm also from Edo State because my mom is from Edo State. Sabongida Ora, to be precise. On another, because I'm in touch with my Edo State. You understand?
Yes, right? Yes.
Does Bimbo Akintola have children? No, I don't, unfortunately. What is Bimbo Akintola's age? I am 52 years old, born in 1973, May 5th.
Looks good as a 52-year-old.
What is Bimbo Akintola's religion? Christian, child of God, cannot do anything without God, is here because of God, thanks to God, God's own.
She speaks well, yes, I agree with you.
Net worth only.
Where do you want to know how much I cost?
You want to know 20,000 naira. What is Bimbo Akintola's most popular movie? I don't know. I don't know. Popular, I guess. I don't know. Whichever one you say is most popular is most popular. I think a lot of people love Out of Bounds because that was the first film that came out that I did. Well. And of course, they thought the character was a bit racy. But that was just a poor girl that was looking for attention from her parents. And you know how children act out because they want you to care or they want you to show they care. That's what Out of Bounds was about for my character too. How long has Bimbo Akintola been acting? Even I don't know.
Hello, Uncle Beno.
I started acting just as I entered university. That's professionally. Just as I entered UI. So all the things I was doing was from when I was in school. Most of it, like the first 5 years I was in UI. So that would be 95.
Hello, CC. Make I welcome my people here. My Ogbonge uncle, Twale. Twale, welcome, sir. Hello, my beautiful CC. How are you? Happy Sunday. It's lovely to see your beautiful face today. Hello, Vanessa. Welcome. So we're just talking about Bimbo Akintola, and obviously a couple of the questions she answered in this interview. Some people came for her, and I'm going to be sharing the article with you of how people came for her. Sissy said, Happy Sunday, sis. This hair is so cute on you. You have been serving us look. Yes, so. Yes, so. If I don't serve looks, what else do I want to serve? I have to serve looks, and as I'm serving brains, I have to serve looks as well. So both complement each other. But me, I'm going to come and rake your wardrobe. Just give me address. I will be coming. So just a quick just a summary for those who are just joining us. Bimbo Akintola was interviewed about welcome, Abby. I was not even expecting you to be here because I know you have a busy evening today. So I've not chatted you up. Welcome, Abby, our Gen Z resident. So sorry for those who are just joining us. Bimbo Akintola was being interviewed on Paul's Fun Facts, and they were asking her about her role in the movie To Kill a Monkey. Obviously, she was discussing her role, how she went through, and all of that stuff. And then she discussed all of that, and then it got to a stage whereby she was like, "Oh, I heard you guys have been looking for me So this was her just answering questions about herself. And I did mention about the fact that I love her movies. I've been watching her from a very young age, and I still watch her till now. However, for the fact that I watch and love her, I actually don't know that much about her. So a few questions she's answered is that she's from your state. Her dad is an Ibadan man. Her mom is an Edo woman. She does not have any children. I do not know that about her. And she's 52 years old. Abby said she can't wear anything. All right, no worries at all, Abby. Abby, you are permitted. You are permitted. So she's 52 years old, born on the 5th of May. She's a Christian, and according to her net worth, for those who want to find out, her net worth is 20,000 naira. And then we are at the stage of where she's actually talking about what our best movies are. So let's keep watching. That was just a quick summary for those of you who just joined us.
95. That's when we shot Owo Blue, I think. 95. So I've been acting since 1995. You want to know my age? I've told you already.
I'm going to write that movie. I'll find it as well.
Why has Bimbo Akintola chosen to stay single? Not chosen, no. Okay, this is going to sound... I take this...
It is this particular section that I think got people talking. And let's an article I'm going to be sharing with you. We're going to read the comments in there. People went berserk because she said she did not choose to be single. And people decided to shade her. Say, yeah, when they have wasted the time of men. In fact, let us hear our own side of the story as to why she's single. And when I heard that part, I had to contain my emotions for her because, like, some of these actresses, they really don't, some of them don't bring out their life out there. Not before, Genevieve Energy used to be out and about, and all of a sudden, we don't see much of Genevieve Energy out there anymore. So if she comes out to say something like this now, I know people will drag her. So now she's actually, obviously from the question she's been asked there, I will keep quiet so that you guys can listen to her, okay?
Seriously, because I don't want people to have the wrong impression. My age, I've told you already, don't cry. Why has Bimbo Akintola chosen to stay single? Not chosen, no. Okay, this is going to sound... I take this seriously because I don't want people to have the wrong impression. I don't want young girls to think
welcome,
that...
Vanessa. Welcome, Cindy.
People that say I'm their role model will say that's the way to be. No. What it is that I believe totally that marriage is important. Absolutely. Marriage is simple. It's something that you do in the house of God.
Yeah.
You go to church, you call everybody that knows you, and you say,
hello everyone, welcome. I see you all, the preacher. I see you, Toby and Tribe. I see you. Welcome, my beautiful sister. I see you all. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Before God and man, that you would love and honor that person and cherish that person for the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
I haven't found the person I want to do the rest of my life with. Well, the person I did find, honestly, I did find, but he died. And I haven't found since then. And I can't lie.
You guys heard her. Obviously, she respects marriage. That it needs to be done in church. It needs to be in the presence of God. Like you telling that person you're going to love them for the rest of your life. And at some point, she said she has not found that person she wants to spend her life with. And then she went on to say that she did found somebody, but that person died. Guys, you don't know what that means. For a woman to find somebody she thought that, oh, this is the person I want to spend my life with, and for that person to now die. I hope you guys know how that is. For some people, it could take them, it could even stop them from ever getting intimate or even ever dating again. It could make some people, it could actually put some people off dating. It could make some people say, you know what, okay, now that person is no longer in this world. I'm going to be by myself. So for her saying that she found that person, but the person died, that means a lot. That means a lot. And I was so mad at the people that were dragging her. Like, she decided that she doesn't want to get married. It's her decision. If she decides that she wants to get married tomorrow, it's her decision. So for the part that people came for her, well, let's keep watching her. It's almost done anyway.
I don't know how to live a lie. I want everything I do to be in truthfulness, at least to myself and to most definitely to God. So I don't think it'll be right for me to marry anyone and I won't stay with them forever. If I think I can, if I believe I can, I will do it. Even if I'm 78, why not? Marriage is important. It doesn't make you women. It's not the end all and be all of your life, but it's also an important thing to do because, especially as you get older, and everybody's going their way. Children have grown; they're going their way. There's something called loneliness. So you need
loneliness
for the later years. So it's important, and that's it.
So you guys heard there. So that's pretty much about that video there. And you guys heard what she had to say. That it's something she wants to do, but she's not willing to do it if the person she's getting married to is not someone she'll be able to spend the rest of her life with. And that's a very, very big decision to make. That is a very, I mean, you guys heard she has not rubbished marriage in any way. She has not said, oh, marriage is not for me. She is still hoping that even if she turns 89, if she finds that person that she can spend her life with, she finds that person that she can live with for the rest of her life, that she will do marriage. So I now don't understand why people are now dragging her. Even while she's there, you guys also heard her when she said that, you know what, at older age, loneliness, it becomes real. I mean, obviously, I am married. My husband is there. I hope to stay with my husband for the rest of my life. That's my prayer. There are some people. There was a lady here on YouTube. I think her name is Doris King. She's a young lady. She has 3 children. I think she lost her husband about a year or 2 ago. I just can't imagine life for a young widow, a young woman with 3 young children at the peak, like at the beginning of her life. That's a long wait. So Bimbo Akintola is 52 years old. She did say here that she found somebody whom she was going to spend the rest of her life with, but that person died. So, like I said, some people, that's a huge trauma for them, and they might not even see themselves ever being with a man ever again. But in her own case, she's actually not shutting the door at marriage. She believes in the union. She believes in marriage. She believes that it's something that you should do if that's what you want. And don't get me wrong, that some people said they don't want to get married. Like I said, I've always said that I know somebody. She has been with her boyfriend since secondary school, she was 17 and the guy was 19. They are together till today. The lady's I think she's 39 or 38, and their boyfriend or the man whom she's with is about 41. They never got married. The guy never proposed to her, but they have been living together. They have 2 children together. They have been living together. At some point, I was asking her like that, don't you feel like he should propose to you? Uncle Beno, how did she say it? Don't worry, I will drop the link now. You come and explain to us. So at some point, I was saying to this lady that, don't you think this guy should propose to you? Like, both of you have been boyfriend, girlfriends since secondary school days, and they're now in their late 30s, early 40s. They have 2 children together, and the man has never proposed, and they are living, cohabiting as partners together. So for her, she still believes in the word marriage. She still believes it's a doable thing. Like she said, even if she turns 80, if she finds that person that she will live with for the rest of her life, she will do it. Uncle Beno, she did not explain what happened or why the guy died. She didn't say why. She just said the guy died. So, and then again, she also understood the fact that at some point she will need a companion. Loneliness at old age, it is real. I was reading a news about what was this Nollywood guy, Conron, that Conron was living alone. He was lonely, that he wouldn't have passed away, that he did not die of any sickness. Conron was alone at home on his own. He fell and he could not get up. For the fact that he could not get up to get somebody to help him, that was how he died. So he must have fractured something when he fell. But for the fact that there was nobody in that house to be able to help him seek help, that was how he died. I saw that news this morning that no be old age by Conron. So those are also that kind of like also highlight the dangers of being lonely at a later old age. And all of you that you are watching me, you don't want to find yourself in that position. So Uncle Beno is saying that the way she said it, Cindy said the preacher said, oh, I pray she finds someone soon. Amen. And she might probably maybe have that person, but we don't know. Okay. Cindy said, Mom of 5, you look absolutely beautiful with your hair. Thank you. All I'm here to serve you is good looks. Good looks. That's why I'm here to serve you guys. Uncle Beno said, but the way she said it, Uncle Beno, I'm going to leave the link in the comment section. Please come and bail me out here. How should she say it? Should I play the video again so that for those who are trying to understand? For me, I don't know the way she said it. She was actually serious about it though. Like it's not something she mentioned as if no, it's not a big deal. So Uncle Beno, the link is in the comment section. And Uncle Beno said, almost sounds like, why did he die? Maybe maybe she's not recovered from the fact that the man died. We don't know what happened. She did not explain what led to the death. So maybe it was a painful one. Maybe the person was sick. She did not say. But obviously, I think I understand what Uncle Beno was trying to say that, like no, the way she mentioned that the guy died, obviously, from the way she sounded like, maybe it's someone that you don't know how old when I'm going to read your comment. Toby said, if this woman wants to get married, I don't think she'll be short. She won't, though. She won't, because she's good looking. She's good looking. I mean, she looks good at 52. Perhaps she just doesn't want to marry wrong. That's always the prayer of every woman, that they don't want to marry wrong. You want to marry once and make sure it's the right, the right thing you have done. And I always say it here that no woman ever gets married to a man and hopes to get out of that marriage in 2 years or in 5 years. Situations happen, right? I understand. But in a case for her that she did not even marry that person did not even marry her, and then the person had to die. So in a way, Uncle Beno is greeting the tribal. Sissy said, Uncle Beno, you're here causing trouble, I see. It just started, though. It just started. The preacher said, well, we all question why our loved ones died. It's true. See, for me, sitting down here, I am still yet to come to terms with the fact that we all owe debt a price. I am still, when I hear the passing of people, it puts fear in my mind. And then obviously it got me thinking about, okay, like the people I'm going to be living, I will not die young. I will grow to the old age that the Bible promised us, and that's age 120, right? I will grow old. I have not come to terms with people dying yet. Every time I hear where people die, the way it grips me, I might go into my shell for a few days, and I'll be like, I wish I had the answer to stopping death. But unfortunately, I do not own the answer. I do not hold the power to stop death from happening. So I know that might sound strange, but yeah, that's it. Even at times when people around me, when they lose loved ones, it doesn't get to me instantly. It might be maybe months later. I might just think about that person, and then it suddenly dawns on me that, oh, that person passed away, and that would now be time for me to now mourn that person. I don't know, maybe anybody else feels that way, but that's just, for me, that's how I feel. So, Uncle Ben, okay, your daughter is already spending that $100 from you. Uncle Patrick said, is she available to date? A DM will be full of suitors. I mean, she said that she's single and she's going to do it if she finds somebody that she believes that she could spend the rest of her life with. And like women, we always say that, no, when you marry, you want to make sure you do that marriage thing once. You don't want to be jumping from one relationship to another. So I believe she's of that opinion as well, that, if I want to do this, I want to do it with the person that I know that till death do us part, not that he gave me bad boss today, I am leaving, or he did not pay rent today, I am leaving, or he went to go and look at another woman, he went to go and kill her. For her, it has to be somebody that she sees herself living with for the rest of her life. And she said, even if it's age 80 that she finds that person, that she will do that thing called marriage. So yeah. Osa said, Mom of 5, I'm loving the hair color. Thank you. Ford said, are you not a nurse? I am. Same thing with, see, my own kind of nurse. You guys will probably not believe me. I am a nurse, yes. When it comes to need, I pre-op patients, I post-op them, I do all of that thing. At times, when I go into theaters, if it's an orthopedic patient, maybe a patient wants to have a knee or a hip replacement done, they often give them spinal. See, that moment when they want to do the spinal, I can't watch the needle going into the body. I can't. The sight of blood, if I see the sight of blood, I could pass out. And there are some people like that, it's nothing to them. For me, even with the surgeons, I often wonder how surgeons do surgery. The thought of knife or scalpel to the skin, I just can't. I've had the opportunity of watching multiple surgeries being done at my work. Like, I've seen a lung surgery being done. I've seen a knee being replaced. I've seen a hip surgery being done. I could not watch. I could not. The first time when they open the skin, the way they open the skin, layer by layer, first layer, second layer, to the muscle, then to the bone. I could not. I almost passed out. And the second surgeon could tell. And they quickly pushed a stool to where I was standing because I was already losing my balance. I could not. See any kind of nursing. Make I clean yash. Make I do this. Change bed sheets. All of those aftercare, surgery aftercare. Hands down, I would do it without missing a word. Hands down, like, care for you after surgery, do whatever, clean whatever. But when it comes to BLOOD or scalpel to the skin, I can't. And I've heard people say you are in the wrong profession, but nursing differ. Like nursing, the arms of nursing is massive. So I hope you are understanding there. Just because I'm not able to stand those things does not make me a bad nurse. Ford, I hope you understand. I hope you understand. So yeah. Sister said, does it mean she should be Abio? Sister, you are laughing. I'm serious. So like I said, the first time I watched a spinal being done, I almost passed out. Because I know they are putting a long needle to inject a local substance into your spine. The fact that I know that needle is going to enter through your back into your spine, more. The first time, the second time, I told the anesthetist that no, I'm not coming in. That no, I'm not coming in. And obviously, it's good for us now that we no longer have to go in and observe that being done. We just take the patient into pre-op area, into the theater, and I leave. Anything they want to do, I don't have to stay there. So yeah, I am not a rock. I am not a rock. So Mr. San said, fear, I the fear. I'm sorry, I the fear. I will pray for you. You are like I said, nursing differs. Nursing duties differs a lot. There are some nurses who are inside of theater, who stands there while they are doing the surgery. My own nursing, no. See, if they change my role tomorrow, I will leave that job. I will leave it. And I often praise people who carry out surgeries, like the surgeons. I praise them because I don't know how they sleep. You see them, they'll finish one surgery now and they are eating their lunch. And I'm like, how are you guys doing it? How do you guys sleep? You've just seen multiple layers of skin. How do you guys sleep? How do you guys go home and shut all of those things? Like, ow. So I commend them. For me, no. Uncle Ben, no, make you talk. Make you talk. Uncle Beno said, Auntie was searching for Mr. Perfect just like Genevieve, but is she wrong? Is she wrong? Because at the end of the day, we all pray that we should marry right. And there's no way, and I think it's good that you date to know that that's the person that you can spend the rest of your life with, rather than, I love you, Tori Toru, or I love you if you do 50%, I do 50%, or I love you if you do 10%, you do 90%. No. And I don't think she's being selfish. I think it's just what she wants. If Genevieve, all these Uncle Beno now that are talking that she's looking for Mr. Perfect just like Genevieve, what if Genevieve asks Mr. Perfect now? What if she has Mr. Perfect? And I don't think I want to blame them if they are actually starting for Mr. Perfect. And Uncle Beno, if you are not careful, you are probably Mr. Perfect of somebody. Yeah. So let's move on. Sister said, I have had 2 kids naturally and I cannot watch women giving birth, so I get what you mean. Thank you. See, all of those ones, my mind, I will even eat where a woman is having baby. I will eat there, I will sleep there. So yeah, that's where. The preacher said, yeah, I remember a female doctor passing out on top of me immediately. They opened me up during a CS surgery for my 3rd son. Yeah, as long as she's happy. Yes, as long as she's happy. So now, guys, let me share in the screen with you the article that I saw that was like, why are netizens like this? Let me share my screen with you. Like, guys, I'm here for about 45 minutes or an hour, no longer than that. So, right, all of these things that you are seeing, Abby has said now, my secret of me is shopping for fragrances. So, I came across this article, obviously, and it says there it's from legit.ng entertainment, and it says Bimbo Akintola opens up on why she's still single, childless at 52, and in quotes, I can't live a lie. So, for her to have shared that details with us, that was her telling us her truth, to say obviously, because some women look up to her as a model. Some people look at her as, this is my role model. Oh, I love the way she's carrying her life. But then, if they know what is actually happening real deep down in her life, will she still be their role model? Will she? So, according to this article, it says the Nollywood icon Bimbo Akintola, let me close off this bar here. Bimbo Akintola revealed that she once found a lover, but tragedy changed her path. Who knows, maybe if that lover was alive, she would have been married, she would have had multiple children, she probably would be expecting grandkids by now. In a recent interview, which we've already watched, stated that honesty, truth, and lifetime commitment are non-negotiable in love. And I wish this is the time that I wish that Man of Prestige is here. Maybe I'm going to forward this video to Man of Prestige. I don't know if Man of Prestige has already spoken about. I would love to hear Man of Prestige opinion, because Man of Prestige, in case those of you don't know, Man of Prestige is someone who talks about everything, coaching in marriage, counselor, and all of that. It talks about everything. Relationship is a pro, like a pro when it comes to relationship advices, coaching. Man of Prestige. If you've not found his page, let me put his name here. Go find him. He talks about everything relationship. Okay. Man of Prestige. He has a YouTube channel here as well. And if you go check him out, please let him know that you came from me. Man of Prestige tells you everything, like gives you advice, coaching on marriage, relationships. Like men, if you are behaving badly, if you go to Man of Prestige will set you right. Women, if you are behaving badly in your marriage, if you go to Man of Prestige will set you right. So they say no free advertisement. Let me give him this one because it's my good brother. It's my good brother. Yeah. So I wish that Man of Prestige is here, and I would have loved for I would have loved for Uncle Beno as if Uncle Beno is out and about now, so he won't be able to call him. So the 52-year-old insisted she's still open to marriage even at 70 if she meets the right man. And who tells you that she cannot meet the right man at 70? Who tells you that she cannot meet the right man at 70? Uncle Patrick is here. Sean, sir.
Hey, number 5.
Hello, sir.
Like saying every 5 minutes they come out now.
Abi, come to Penny.
Go away.
Come Penny.
This woman, you are a strong woman. Well done. Anyway,
Yes,
I was
sir.
listening to the lady. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't, getting married is not going to be on YouTube.
Yeah.
So she must bring herself out.
Yeah.
She must date. It's a process,
Yeah.
And if you look at what she said even it's 78, she's still going to get married.
She's going to get married, yeah.
What are you talking about? I know it happens, but you don't have to wait till 78. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
And like Uncle Ben said, she's like Genevieve. I'm not going to say she's like that, but it's a process.
Yeah.
We know nobody's dragging you. We lost somebody.
Yeah.
I would see cases of people that will even lose their husband and say they will not get married again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it takes time. The issue has she been healed from the loss?
I don't think she has.
Yeah.
And I think that was what Uncle Bendo was saying. Obviously, from the way she was like, the way she mentioned that he died. Obviously, she's still questioning that fact that why did he have to die? So I don't think she's gotten over it yet.
How long did it happen?
She didn't mention, so we don't know.
Yeah. I know most of these women, by the time they bury themselves in their career, some of them will even say, okay, I'm not doing it again. So there might have been some suitor that came and, by the time you look at them and say, and people are different.
Yeah.
And if you're a Christian, you have to leave everything to the hand of God.
Absolutely.
That's why even some couples, some people that God will say, this is not the will of God for you. You might like the person, but God sees beyond us. Maybe that person's life will be short-lived. And God may not want you to go through that as a child of God. But we as human beings say, no, this is I don't know, I'm going to marry this person. Maybe after 3 years, the person just dies. Say, oh my God.
Yeah.
So she needs to look into that. And she call herself Christian. She needs to put everything before God. No
Absolutely.
person are like the same. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
What you feel that guy that pie gave to you, God might bring somebody different and might even give you something better.
Yeah.
So what I would tell people going through that, after going through, the deaths, maybe you have therapy, human therapy, but most importantly, especially when you call yourself Christian, look into the word.
Yes.
Allow God to lead you. You definitely see the right person.
Absolutely.
But when the father, she was saying that when she's 78, she will still get me. No, that doesn't. There's a time limit for that. That doesn't, I don't know.
We don't get that person. Maybe she's just not announcing marriage yet too.
Yeah. But I'm just saying this generally. For if you are going through that, you need to take time to be healed, and you move.
Yeah.
Thank God she wasn't married to the guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she wasn't married to the guy. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
Absolutely.
People even at their 20-something, they've been dating, they are planning marriage, and one of them will just die. It happens everywhere.
True.
So she has to, like people are saying that so that she's a role model, are they going to follow her again? You have to let them know. Don't just say I'm a Christian, but no. Show an example. Tell them, be truthful to yourself.
Yeah.
Don't use that. Well, even though I'm 78, no. God is working on me. That I'm dating. If you are not dating, be clear. Let them know. It's not as if I'm not dating people. I've seen people, but it's not a match. This is what I want. You know what I mean? Let them know. I'm handing everything to God. But if you bury yourself in career for 10 years and people are trying to date you, they want to go out with you, you don't have time for them. Forget it.
True.
It's the truth. Mama 5. You are an experienced woman. Yes.
Yeah, I am experienced.
Experienced? No, my sister, it's not by age. You are a matured woman. You are a matured woman. What your eyes have seen, some people older than you have not seen it.
True. I agree with you, sir. Yeah.
So when you bury yourself in your career and people want to date you, you are saying, no, I don't have time. No. So at least a process. The person you even say you love, you rush to it, might even meet the wrong person. This might even be the wrong person. Oh my God, what did I do to myself even after waiting? One just name, we cannot see our blind spots.
True.
You need people with experience to guide you as well. Don't believe you know it all. Don't give yourself so cheap. Let people evaluate this person. Auntie B was given her experience now. Even the mother, she said her mom told her that this guy will not marry you. You need people like that. It doesn't have to be a pastor, mature, responsible people. Like they will evaluate the guy and say, no, don't do it. This guy's not. Like I said, one person got married, an elderly woman. The husband is late. We're talking about 70. Can you believe that my sister went to the wedding? Said that's the best wedding she has ever gone to. It was the in-laws. The in-law that gave her to the man said, this mama, if not for the fact that she said she wants to marry, she's still our wife. You can imagine. That this man, you must be somebody great for this mama to say she wants to marry you again.
Yeah.
The children were there. It was a family wedding. The children were there. All the members of the late husband family were there. They are the one that gave the mama to the man.
Am I away?
Because the mama don't want to be lonely. They want to, and the other man too lost the wife. And said for mama to say want to marry, the mama must have seen somebody in you.
True.
So everything is maturity. Don't just go to YouTube and say, well, when it's 78, who's going to wait for you? Good luck with that. No. Good luck with that. There are women everywhere. There's a saying that if there's somebody say there's nobody, it's only person that is not like God that we cannot find. But you can find somebody that is better than you 100 times.
True.
Yeah.
True.
So, as somebody say only God know what she's going through now. Yes.
Yeah.
And there are phases in life.
Yeah.
That way, whatever she's going through, we even make her to be more matured. Yeah, you don't want to dwell on one excuse and say no. So if every woman would look at what they went through in their first having a baby, so women will say, no, I'm not going to have second one. No, I went through this. But so that's what I got to say.
Yeah, thank you so much.
She's a mature and beautiful lady.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. So I've got Onie babe in the house. Onie babe, unmute yourself.
What's up? Hello. Hi.
Hello. Welcome, my beautiful sister. Happy Sunday to you.
Happy Sunday. I'm gonna have to disagree with a lot of what Uncle Patrick said. First of all, people need to be very much aware. Not everyone is destined to get married, and another thing I will say is that everything is a process. If she's grieving or she's not ready to be in a relationship, we should respect that. Is it not better for her to not be in a relationship when she's not ready mentally than be in a relationship and the whole relationship or marriage scatter? So I think it's all about respecting people's process. Now, she mentioned that she had a person and the person deleted. We don't know. I didn't hear all of it unless she did say how long ago it was. We don't know whether it was recent So she could still be grieving. So let's give her that respect. And she still could be grieving and going through that process. And in terms of saying, oh, I might get married till I'm 70, I see no problem with that. Because as far as I'm concerned, everybody has a choice when they want to marry. I've been divorced and I've of the opinion, I haven't said anything that I want to get married again, but I could say the same. I knew you were going to mention about my mom. Thank you very much, Cece. I'm listening to what, her comment. What I'm saying to you, like I said to you, she's saying it as people, I think she wasn't saying it literally. She's just saying, I could get married when I'm 70. So for me, that means that it's not a big deal to her. When the time is right, it could be when she's 70. Now, me personally, there's nothing wrong with marrying at 70. My mom has done the same. Yes, she was married before, but I don't put a limit or an age when someone decides to get married. And I think we need to respect people's choices. This obsession that every single person has to be married, I don't agree with that. People need to be realistic. Not every single person, whether you're a man or a woman, is destined to be married. I respect her more that she has decided not to compromise. Now, people can judge her. They don't know what she's going through. Now, she could have met a lot of men where they will Mongol pass. We don't know that. Whether she said that, I missed some of the shows, so I don't know that.
She did not say any of that, no.
Yeah, so obviously she's been very careful, and I like people like that. I don't put all their business out. But what I'm saying, we don't know her experience when it came to relationships. She could have been for a lot of Mongol parts and stuff like that, where she's decided, I'm not going to compromise. We say this to women all the time. See the red flags. Don't entertain relationships. She may have been in those type of relationships. Instead of her to give, to respect the fact that she's decided not to deal with, this is all presumption. I'm assuming a lot of things, but we don't know whether she's been through a lot of dramatic relationships, and she decided, I'm not going to compromise, and it's led to her being single at 52. Instead of us to commend her for not, because I'm divorced, and like I said, it's not easy going through a divorce. So I respect anybody at any age that has decided, I'm not going to compromise, I'm not going to be silly, I'm not going to ignore red flags. I am going to hold myself to a higher level, and I'm going to wait for the right person. I understand people like Uncle Ben will say, oh, she's being too fussy. Again, assumption.
I left Uncle Ben's comments here. Did you see Uncle Ben's comment here?
I see I'm seeing it. Yeah. So you're assuming a lot on the screen. I can see. Yeah. So you're assuming a lot of things. And what I'm trying to say that no one should pressure you, no matter the age, into marrying just because of the sake of marrying. It has to be at your time, at your own pace. I think that it's better to heal whatever she's going through, which I think is recent. Because she look at her neck. She looks ill. I think a lot of stuff is going on. I think she's grieving. Respect the fact that there's something going on. And I think people are very quick to judge her. I think she should go through no matter how long it takes you. Every person's journey is different. Absolutely. So people need to respect her. And if it takes her till she's 70, so be it. Who are we to judge? Who are we to judge? And I'm no disrespect to what Uncle Patrick say, but I feel that everybody's journey is different, and it shouldn't be, oh, she has to get married, this that. No. The most important thing is for her to love herself, for her to deal with any mental health issues, and for her to focus on healing. Men come later, relationship comes later. So I think that's what we should be talking about, not this obsession. She's 52, why is she not married?
Yeah.
Now, you can still mentor someone even if you're not married. This presumption that it's only married people that can give advice, I don't believe in that. I've heard some comments, and I think it was even in the comment where you shared the screen, where someone said that she mentors a lot of people and people hold her in high respect. There isn't this idea that you're only of value when you're married. I don't adhere to that type of mindset. So I think I just wanted to phone in to say that leave her alone. She will do things at her own time, and let this woman heal.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Onie, for that. Thanks so much. Cece, unmute yourself. You're on the floor. You have the floor now.
Hey, M5, how are you? Happy Sunday.
I'm very well, thank you. Happy Sunday to you, my beautiful sister.
Honey, babe, Uncle Patrick.
Hey, baby girl, how are you doing?
I'm good, guys.
Hello, Uncle Patrick. Don't be upset, but this time I don't agree with you. I hope you're not offended.
I love everything that everybody said. Just my 2 cents is I think her saying that, you know, she doesn't want to, like, she's not married, the love of her life passed away. I think that's so sad, because I don't feel like, you know, I think grief is it's difficult. Fortunately enough, I've not really experienced a close person to me passing away. I know that time will come eventually, like for everybody, right? But I feel like even though it's losing somebody in your life, it's also about, it's not just losing the person physically, it's also about losing the future that you may have planned with that person, you know. So moving on, as people say, oh, you can move on, it feels like you're, I think some people get stuck in that place, maybe where this lady is, where it feels impossible because you feel like you're betraying that person, you know, the hopes, the dreams that you guys had, and then now you're moving on, as it were, with somebody else. It's not that easy. So I feel like she shouldn't be hard on herself, in the sense that even the person that passed away, if they truly love you and they truly care about you, now that they're gone, they would still want you to be able to move on with your life, to find somebody. Do you understand? Find somebody to love you, or even just to live, maybe not to marry or whatever, but to have a companion that you can fill the rest of your life with. Do you understand? Not just to be in this bubble and to be single and, you know, for the rest of your days, you know, pining for the person that has gone away. So I think she shouldn't keep herself in that bubble. Obviously, grief, people deal with grief differently. But for herself, I think it's detrimental to her, because ultimately life is for people that are alive. If you can pass away, you need to live your life to the fullest that it can be, and it will definitely be a regret. Maybe not now, because she feels that she's fulfilled, she's doing things, she's active. But when I see old people, my mum works in the healthcare sector, and when she talks about all these old people, the ones that have their partners, they're like 90, they're still coming to the old people's home, they're holding the other one's hand when they're in a hospice. It's beautiful, you know.
It is,
and the couples that, maybe the people that are not married, that they've just lived their life, maybe career, they've not had children, they don't have a single person that visits them. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. So I think it's easy to say, oh, you know, I don't want these things, because now you're fine, you're able-bodied, but think about your tomorrow. Even if it's not somebody to marry, someone to do life with, to be a companion. Companionship is really important. So that's why I was saying Honey Babe's mom came to mind when the lady said, oh, if I get to because her mom married, like, we married in her 70s, and we were like, oh my God, talk about a testimony, you know. So it's possible, but I don't feel like you should wait that long to start living your life. Do you understand? So that's just my contribution.
Thanks so much.
Can I just say something? I agree with you, because look what happened to my mum. My opinion is she's not in the right headspace. That's the impression I got from the interview. She's not in the right headspace. So I think people should respect her taking her time, breathing, do all the things that I mentioned before. And then, yes, I do agree with you, because my mum is a happier, loving person being married to my stepdad. Definitely, I agree with that. You know, I think that if she wasn't married to who she's married to, yes, she'll be more lonely, because I'm doing my own thing with my kids and whatever. I totally agree with you, Cece. I just believe that each to their own in terms of their time. This is not the right time. It's obvious she's grieving. So I think people should respect that. And in regards to what Uncle Ben says, you can't censor people's opinion by saying that she should keep quiet. I don't agree with that. If you don't like what someone says, keep it moving. Keep it moving. So I think people should be respectful of people's opinion. You may not like this idea that not everyone is going to get married, or she doesn't want to get married. You can't censor people's opinions. This is freedom of speech. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Onie babe. Right, Uncle Beno, you started the wala. Oh yeah, come and answer yourself. Come and answer your question yourself.
Hey, M5 and Honey Babe.
Hello, Uncle Ben.
Everybody, what's up, people? Yo. Can I talk?
You're already causing glass while you are not inside house, but you have the floor now.
Yeah, no problem. Basically, what I'm saying is this. I really feel sorry for Bimbo and whatever she's going through or had passed through. What I'm just saying is that, yes, it's not everybody that's going to be married. And I don't think anybody should judge anybody if they are married or not. But if you are not getting married and out of the blues, all of a sudden, all we heard from you is The man I want to marry died. So we should keep quiet. We shouldn't talk. No, I don't understand it because people gonna have their opinion when you put your business out there. We said
But it's
this all the
because
time.
it's because people have been asking questions before she started that interview. She was like, "Oh, I heard you guys have been asking a lot of questions, so let me answer your questions." That was how that
Okay,
started.
fine.
I know.
Okay, fine. She answered the question, and people are still going on based on what she said. She could have easily said, you know what, I would have answered the question, but it's a private thing. I don't want to say anything now. That's okay. You move on. But when she said that, and now when we, the public, the online law, where we start having our own opinion, nobody should feel offended about it. You brought yourself out there. If you don't speak about it, nobody will judge you. The fantastic video you posted yesterday, M5, you
Yes, sir.
know, some people will watch that video. Those who live where you live, who knows what the law says, and they are also parents, they can relate with you.
True.
Play that same video for somebody who is not from your color or your race or something, and see how they're gonna judge
I
you.
already saw how they've been judging me. I already saw like about
Hey,
10 comments. Yeah, I get you.
so
Yeah.
now let's take it back. If you had not shared that part of your life, would anybody know what's going on or say anything about it? So I just wanted to say that to let people know that people will have opinion when you share stuff and you put it on the internet. Whatever you don't want people to talk about, don't share it on the internet. You can't say something and just expect that, oh, you guys should shut up. I've said it, don't talk about my thing. You put it out. And for me, from the body language, like I stated in the comment, the first thing I get is the person I want to marry died. You people should leave me alone. Okay. Are you
I get you. Yeah.
blaming the person for dying? And for real, when you truly love someone, I know older couples that their partner died and they shut down completely. Some of them might even end up in mental institution. So, but that is what it looks like. So my thing is this. So far, some of us are Christians.
Yeah.
We believe everybody that God created in this world, you are supposed to follow what the Bible says. You are supposed to
Okay.
grow up and get married. That's our
And
belief.
multiply. And multiply.
And multiply. So if you come out tomorrow and say, oh, well, I'm just looking for a man I'm going to marry and I don't want to have a child, we criticize you. If it won't vex you, go sit down one place. Because if you don't want to be judged, you don't want to be criticized, just keep it to yourself. Once you put it out there, you should also have that capacity to accept whatever criticism that comes your way. In between, some people will criticize you for what you said, and some people
Oh
will
yeah.
actually sympathize
We
with
are going
you.
to get to the comment. There's comments that people left. We are going to get there.
Uh-huh. So that is just my take for M5. Make I begin drive, but I go the listing underground.
Oh,
Thank you, everybody.
my uncle that knows how to give bass boost.
Uncle Ben, he wants trigger people. He knows what he's doing. As TC said,
He wants to trigger you and Chelsea.
I'm not triggering anyone. I'm just saying it the way it is.
Yeah, but Uncle Ben,
always wanna-
the thing is, Uncle Ben, yeah, I agree with you. If you put your business out there, then expect to get criticism. But I think the thing is, the whole point of the interview is to inform people, and obviously there's been rumors. So she decided to address the rumors, hence what she said. Now, I agree with you, she's going to get criticism, but I respect the fact that she's coming onto an interview and is addressing the rumors. If she didn't address the rumors, they would have criticized her anyway. But I think there's nothing wrong with what she said. I agree that in life, even when I talk, people criticize, I don't really care. My thing is that I talk my authentic self. She's talking about her authentic self and her experience. No one has to like everything that you say, and no one has to like what she said. But at least she's putting out herself, saying her point of view, and addressing any criticisms or any rumors. That's why she did it in the first place.
Yeah. And just like I said,
people are free to respond, right? Honey babe,
Yeah,
people should just shut up and not
I
say
agree
nothing.
with you. People are free to respond. I get it. But as I said, she was addressing rumors. There was speculation. She's addressing it.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you so much. And just like I said earlier on, that I know a lady that I work with. Like I said, she's she's been with her so-called boyfriend since we're in high school. Like I said, I think she's 38 and the guy is about 3 years older than her. They have 2 children together. According to her, the guy never even proposed, and they've been living together for that long. And I was like, don't you think you should propose and get married? She was like, well, what if we get married and then we don't last more than a year? What if we get married and we don't last more than a week? That they're happy living that way. And I respected her decisions. So at times, in a way, who knows now? Maybe she's even dating. And just like I'm going to be doing Toke's case tomorrow. She could be dating and we don't know that. But yes, I believe that obviously because we were talking about that movie and there's been rumors going on, hence why she came out to address the talk. But then, yes, there are some comments obviously about that interview, some for her and some against her. And I'm going to read some of the comments to you guys so you guys know where people are actually coming for her. So someone said here that, in quotes, I'm sure she added, unfortunately, because of you people. Remember, she said that unfortunately she doesn't have kids. So she doesn't have kids, but she has mentored many people who equally respect her, and that's all that matters. So I think that was what Onie Baby was saying, that yes, she might not be married, but there are some people who she can still mentor people because obviously they look up to her, right? Just because she's not married, just because she doesn't have kids, does not mean that she can't continue to be a role model for people who look up to her. And also, she should be proud of herself, great actress, always and forever. So this is for Bimbo. And somebody here, this is against Bimbo. Why? Unfortunately, lots of people don't have kids. It's not unfortunate. For her, it is because, she's 52. Maybe she might not have that knowledge of freezing her eggs. Maybe for her at that age now, she already knows that she would not be able to have children. Maybe she desires to have, to carry her own child. But because she's not found that person yet, just like, I don't know who was saying, there was a show was it yesterday? I think it was Abby that was saying that if I'm going to make baby with somebody, I need to make it with somebody that is worth that will be there. I can't remember, maybe it was Abby or I don't know what show where that person said that you just don't want to make baby with just anybody just because they are just there, but you want them to be there equally, like, no, you are there to stay and make babies, you are there, we are all in this together, not the one that you make baby now, you now move out the door. So she just doesn't want to do that. So it might be an unfortunate thing for her, but just because she's saying that it's unfortunate for her does not mean that it's unfortunate for other people who do not have children, because their journey is different. And also, somebody here said, I'm sad she's aging. Aging is nothing. You cannot avoid aging. We are all going to age. I was once a 16-year-old. Do you know how many times I have thought of being 20-year-old again? When I know that I am now 42. In 2 years time or in 3 years time, I'll be 45. And in less than how many, I'll be 50. Do you know how many times I've always thought I could be Abby's age again? Or I could be my daughter's age again? Unfortunately, no. I can never go back to that age again. I am 42. And the prayer is that we should age gracefully in good health. There are some people who are 80, 90. I was looking after a patient 3 days ago. She was 92. And this mama looked like 60-year-old woman. I was like, before you go, you need to tell me the secret of you looking this good. She was 92 and she looked like 60-year-old. That's the kind of aging I want, whereby I will be 80 and I'll be looking like a 45-year-old woman. So aging is, unfortunately, you can't rewind age. If you think you're going to do surgery, you're just going to look like, what was that lady that died? That her nose, everything were, all of that. So I said, I wish you would forever remain young, but that's not possible. More grace and health. So somebody also said, instead of digging into Auntie Bimbo's personal life, they should focus on asking inspiring and relatable questions. Exactly. That kind would help. The kind that would uphold talent and connect. She's a legend. I still look up to her as a legend as well. And also somebody said, of all questions to ask actress about her craft, leave her is the personal life that she's obviously from the quest so far. She happens to be a very private person. That we know. Same thing with Genevieve Nnaji as well, because Uncle Beno was comparing us to Genevieve Nnaji. Genevieve Nnaji is also a very private person. And I believe Bimbo Akintola is also a very private person. And I want to say this because the older you become, you will withdraw away from some things. And I'm a typical example of that person. Like when I was much younger, I will get into any basketballs. And even a few months ago, I'm sure Abby will say something. Abby will be able to say something to this. Even a few months back, I will enter into any basketballs. I hear my name, I hear anything about me, I will enter into basketballs. But like I said, the older you become, you will sit down and realize, do I really need to do this? Do I really need to share this? Do I really need to put this out there? And I think these people, the older they become, they've withdrawn back. And that might not be in the good book for them. Because yes, if you're still looking to date, if you don't have a companion, if you don't have somebody that you are dating, it might not be that good for them. But how do we know that they don't even have somebody in their life that is giving them baby girl life? How do we know that she does not have somebody that is saying, baby, come to bed? Baby, come to bed. How do we know? Same thing with this token matter. I don't want to miss token matter because I want us to be able to do that because I have a lot to say about token matter. How do we know that Toke is not married? That Solomon Bucci with his cap, with his palmy art, came to start saying something about not biblical or no biblical. Like I said, I don't want to mix it. I'll be saying thank God. Though. Abby, don't let me come there for you with my left hand. So how do we know? So she might have somebody in the backyard. And like I said, she seems to be a private person. And I felt like, obviously, it was this movie, To Kill a Monkey, that draw her leg come out. Or in normal day, maybe she wouldn't be. Hello, Jenergy, maybe she wouldn't be here answering these questions. But I felt like I want to give it to her because she said she doesn't want to live a lie. And like I said, the older you become as well, you will realize that you don't want to live a lie. That you want to try and make sure that the way you are aging, you are reflecting on some things you've done in your life. And obviously, for the fact that you are reflecting, you probably reflect to an extent, you'll be like, oh, I wish I had not done that. Okay, at this age, at this stage of my life, this is how I want this to go in my life. And I'm that one person that's sitting down here with you. Like, I don't want to live a lie. So if there's anything that I've done in the back or in the past that I did not speak well, moving forward, I wouldn't want to repeat same again. And if I ever find myself in that situation, I would handle it better as compared to how I handled the past. Adikemi, welcome. Don't tell me you're at work, late comer. Janet, late comer. I see all of you. You are late. So that's just one thing I just want us to respect there. Like I said also, there was a young girl I was watching that video. I think she's in Holland or something. I think she's only 27. And she was like, she doesn't want to have children. She said she doesn't want to have children. You know what? Some of us, there are some people who are out there, just like as people are saying that they don't want to get married, so as people are saying that they don't want children. In this modern age, in this Gen Z age, that even children that you have given birth to, they are now suing the parent that I didn't ask for me to be born. Why did you give birth to me? Did you guys see that article where a child is actually suing his parents, saying that why did they give birth to him, that he did not ask to be born? Onie, babe, I see you unmute yourself. You want to say something?
Yeah, I can't remember what I was going to say. I had a colleague. Obviously, she's American. She's Caucasian American. It was in a company that I worked for, and we got on really well. And she left, but I remember having conversations with her. Her husband was a teacher, and they made a decision when they were courting, dating, that they didn't want any children. They had now been 10 years married. And I remember we used to have lunch together before she finally left and I left the company. And I asked her, I told her I've got 2 boys, blah, blah, blah. And I asked her, can I ask you a question? Any particular reason why? She said, I'm just selfish. She said, I'm selfish. We're both selfish. We want to go on holidays. I know it sounds very flimsy to our community, but I'm telling you what she said. Let me land. So she said, she's very selfish. And she said she doesn't want to bring a child into the world and resent the child. I can respect that, because the issue is I see a lot of people, and let's be very, very candid. There's parents that don't deserve to be parents. You heard of Baby P. You heard of Baby P. You know what exactly. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of terrible parents. Yeah, I think Abby wants to come. I think Abby wants to come on. Can you send the link? But mummified to Abby. But what I will say, there's a lot of people that have given birth to children and they have no business being parents. They're resentful to the kids. They abuse them. They do all sorts of things to them, neglect them. So I can respect someone that has emotional intelligence to say, I am selfish. I don't think it's fair to bring a child into the world that I will resent. I can respect that. You don't have to agree to it, but I'm all about respecting people's choices. So for me, I don't see why it's a big deal. I respect anyone. I see a lot of parents struggling with children and they resent the children. They treat the children a certain way. They can't even afford these so-called children. So someone that has foresight to say, I am selfish, it's all about me and my husband, I can respect that. And I think if a lot of us were more like that, be honest with yourself. A lot of us that are parents have no business being parents. We emotionally and physically damage our children because we have no business being parents. And we need to talk about that. You know, not everyone is destined to be a parent, and not everyone is destined to be a good parent. Me and Mama Five spoke about yesterday how challenging it is to be parents. I am struggling with my eldest son, but I'm doing the best I can. It's not a walk in the park being parents. So I respect anyone that says, I don't want to have children.
Yeah, true. I absolutely understand you. And like I said, when people make that decision, like I said, when I newly arrived in Scotland, the first Scottish man I met, this Scottish man wanted to date me. I was like, Uncle, you see me as a day. Belle dey inside my stomach with this my 2 children, and I get husband. This Oyinbo Scottish man was willing to go everywhere, and he was like, you know what, he doesn't want to have children. That will be fine. I'm like, uncle, I get children, and that was the first time in my life I heard people talk about the fact that they don't want to have children, and why. His reasons are absolutely valid. He said his father was ABUSE to his mom, and that obviously growing up in such household, he felt that if he has children, he would be a bad father to the kids. That's his reason for not wanting children. And I respect the decision for that. So even if I don't know the reason why people don't want to have children, it's their decision. And just like Sister said that I've heard a lot of people say this, but later on I've also come across, I used to work in a care home. I have heard people in care home saying that they regretted not having children as well. So what was that decision? What was the reason why they said they didn't want children? And then at their old age, they're saying that, you know what, I wish I had one, maybe adopted one. So they are now living their last lives, that the last stage of their lives in a care home with no loved ones, no family. So it's charitable people or churches or the friends they had when they were still much younger, who obviously have children or who are still much elder than them, that comes to visit them while they are in the care home. So for me, I respect people's decision. Don't want to have children, fine. If you want to have children, go on song. And if you want to have children, don't have too much. That's my own advice for you. Even if you are earning £100,000 per annum, don't have too much children, because at the end of the day, you want to be able to portion the love. You want to be able to be there for each and every child without shortchanging any of those children. So that's my whole. So yeah, I definitely understand where what Sissy was saying there. Janet G,
I meant it's Honey Babe. It was Honey Babe, basically.
Oh yeah, Honey Babe. Oh, is that you?
Yeah. Can I?
Yeah,
the thing is, I worked in a mental health hospital for 6 months because I was thinking of doing a mental health nursing degree. I didn't end up doing it. It was over COVID. And I remember I've seen a lot of people that had multiple children and none of them would turn up to visit. So there's no guarantee, even with kids, that when you're old, they even be there. I know it sounds bad, but a lot of children are a lot of people are selfish. And a lot of children are selfish. So don't assume by having kids, there's a guarantee that they're going to be visiting you in a care home. I've seen, there was this Asian guy, he had 6 kids. None of them turned up in the 6 months that I was looking after him. So I'm just trying to say that, yes, I can agree that if you don't have kids, you're lonely. But even with people that have kids, a lot of them abandon their parents. And that's the reality sometimes, in some cases.
Yeah. I get to. So based on what you said there, Onie Babe, I've got a show coming up about how parents often think that their children at their pension, how they thought that this children will be there for them at their old age. I've got a live stream coming up. I don't know what day of the week it's going to be, but yes, we're going to be discussing that as well. How parents should be doing, like how parents obviously provide for yourself, plan for your future yourself. I don't blame people who are already, maybe they are 70, they're already paying for their own funeral themselves because they don't expect their children to do that for them. There are already people already planning that, come, if I start to shite on myself, if I start to pee on myself, I don't expect any of you to come look after me. Please do this, do this, do this. I know, like I said, I used to work in a care. I worked in a care home for 12 weeks, and I've seen people, before their children brings them to care home, these are what their parents told them. That my mom said that when I turn 80, if I can no longer hold my bladder, if I can no longer hold my shit, if I'm shiting everywhere, now is the time for you to place me here and there. And they made all of those arrangements when they were still, able to think and make decisions for themselves. So yeah, a show is coming up in regards to that. Janet G, unmute yourself, please, and share your views.
Yeah, hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, my beautiful sister. How are you?
How are you? How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
You look lovely. Love the way.
Thank you. Some people are jealous, though.
Keep it curly and colorful. I love it. I love the different colors. I love the grey one that you had the other week as well.
I'm wearing that for 2 weeks, and then I was so busy. See, when I go to work, all the soldiers are looking as if I'm a new. I'm like, I'm not new. It's me, Wemi. It's me, Wemi. Because they've never seen me with that kind of hair color before, so I've been confusing everybody.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, so yeah, I'm above 50 and I have no kids and I have 0 regrets. So it just wasn't for me, and I just think, you know what? I'm a good auntie to my nephews and nieces, and I think maybe the reason why I didn't even go for it is because maybe as I was growing up, I took care of responsibility on at a very, very young age. I knew very much from when I was very, very young. I was responsible for my brother and sister, responsible for cousins that stayed over, that sort of thing. So from very young age, I've just known this is hard work. And I think maybe because of the environment that we're brought up in as Nigerians, we kind of like our kids don't stay kids for very long because we do give them a lot of responsibility from such a young age. For me, that was my experience, and I thought, you know what, this is not the life I want for myself. I want to have money, I want to have a career, I want to have freedom, and so far that's the way my life has panned out. And I'm like the lady that you mentioned, the people that you mentioned earlier that make arrangements. For old age. Once I become like too old to do anything, put me in that home. Put me in that. The last thing I'd ever want to be is a burden to somebody else. I haven't been a burden to anyone else since I can't remember. Maybe since I was 16. I've led a very, very independent life. So no, I don't want to be a burden to anyone. I don't respect parents that use their kids as a pension plan or ready-made. Oh, these are the people that are going to take care of me when I'm old. I don't respect when parents do that sort of thing. I mean, if you're good parents and your kid and your kids grow up and they want to do for you, I think it should be voluntary. I don't think you should saddle them with that responsibility that they have to, or that you deserve it because you emotionally blackmail them and say, oh yeah, I carried you in my womb for 9 months, so therefore you owe me to the day you die, because none of us asked to be born, so that's none of us did.
I did not go tell my dad. He will give me a good correct backhand, like, get out of my face. Make sure you put my food money by the end of the month.
Well, I don't know. I mean, look, I have a mom that's still with me, and of course I do for her, because
our own generation is different compared to all this Gen Z. Okay, our generation is different. We still believe that. For me, I am of the opinion that I need to provide for my parents, because
I do, because I know.
See this Gen Z. See all this Gen Z. All these Gen Z, they don't care. They tell you the money they make is for themselves. They don't care. Like I said, one of them is food, his parents. Like, I didn't have to be born. Like I said, that was why I was watching a video this afternoon where the man was complaining that the father was like, the son went to a pub with his dad, and he's a 19-year-old boy, he's working. He went into the bar, into a pub with his dad. So the son ordered coffee and he ordered a pint for his dad. So son was hoping that dad would pay, but dad did not pay. It was son who paid. Son was not happy. When he got home, he called his mom and ranted like, why? Like, I did not have to be born. Like, I'm so disappointed in dad. We were walking and we went into a pub. Dad made me pay for his pint. Like, I was expecting him to pay for his pint and pay for my coffee. Why should I use my money? I was like, okay.
I think it's a different I don't know. It's a different dynamic. I think when we were growing, I do remember when we were growing up, I don't think I ever paid a bill to my parents growing up until I only ever started paying for anything when I left their house. So it would have been absurd to me as well if I lived with my parents and then they asked me to pay for something. I'd have kicked up a fuss as well, because it would have just
for me. I started buying stuff like toothpaste at the age of 18, because that was when I started my first job. I was given a bill to pay. You buy toothpaste. Once the toothpaste finishes, it's your responsibility to buy. My brothers, we alternate it. Either I buy the bar soap or I buy the toothpaste. That was our duty when I started working.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Was number 5? Was this in Nigeria?
Yes, in Nigeria. Yes.
Okay. I think Janet is like me. We're based here. Like I said, I never paid a penny. We don't do black tax. All my family is here. I have never ever paid a black tax, because all my siblings never. I'm lucky. because my parents are based here. What am I giving you? My mom, as I told you, she has a lot of investments because she advised my dad before they divorced. So I have, she doesn't need any money from me. I do give, we go out, I take her to lunch, I pay for holidays if she goes with me, but there's no obligation. So I think I'm very lucky, and I assume Janet's the same, where we've never had to experience that. So
if your parents in Africa,
I've never experienced that at all.
Parents in Africa will bill you. They will give you an invoice. Me and my own.
Really?
Wow. Yes.
Okay. I went to Lakeside yesterday. My mum paid. We went for lunch. My mum paid. I said, "Mommy, let me pay." She said, "No, she paid." That's how it is. I mean, I treat her, but I'm trying to make you understand. It's
African
always a case where she. Yeah, I mean, my mum
are different.
Really? Wow.
No. I don't think so.
My dad is the one who bills me, who gives me an invoice.
Really?
My mom is not bothered. My mom, she's never ever asked. But my dad.
That's really strange. That's really strange. I think the reason why I help my mom, because I know she doesn't, her pension's not enough. But the thing is that if she could pay for something, she would pay for, even till now. Like I said, I'm over 50. If we went out to, my mom will come up with a pennies, well, not pennies, but I mean, she'll say, let me buy this for you. I'm like, Mom, why would you want me to? No, don't, just leave it. You don't need to buy anything for me, so we're okay with that. But there's no, while I was living with them, I never had to pay anything until I started working and I moved out. Okay, then now it became my own responsibility. Then that's standing, and I do still do what I can when I can. I'm not obligated to do anything, so I can't. I don't relate to this.
I think Janet, it's our experience here, because, like I said, I can relate to you. I'm not saying I've been pampered, but when a lot of people say stuff about, it doesn't resonate with me, because, like I said, maybe I've been spoiled. Luckily, my parents both.
You are all Ajebota, me and Ajepako.
Yeah, it's on the case.
I mean, she lives in Nigeria now, so it's I'm Ajepako too. I was in Lagos just a few weeks back. I mean,
you did not have to go through the stage of when you start your first job, you get billing straight away. You start paying electricity, or you start paying buying toothpaste every week. Or you start buying the bath soap every week. That was my bill every week. When I collect salary every month, I buy toothpaste, I buy 3. That's it. My brother will buy the bath soap. Yes, from the age when I started.
Would you do the same for your kids as well, though, Mama 5?
Right, we've got Uncle Beno back in the house. Uncle Beno.
Uncle Beno. I know what he's going to do. Yeah,
ask them, Mama 5, would you demand the same of your kids?
No.
Okay.
Why? I'm gonna ask the question. Why?
If for me,
why is it different?
Why I won't is that I brought them in. I am working. I will pay their bills up until they decide to move out on their own.
That's fine. Yeah, I can respect that, and I can respect that. That's what happened with me when I bought my first house at 22. And then, like I said, I was in uni from 19, so I was only living in my house once I had uni for 6 months. I paid money towards my parents, but it wasn't an obligation. It was to pay for bills and stuff like that. But if I couldn't afford it, my mum would not stress me. She says, pay what you can. And then I moved out when I was 22. I personally, I'm going to be very different. I personally think that with my kids, I will do it only because I want them to have financial awareness and to be responsible. So that's just me trying to instill I want to instill financial intelligence, because, as you know, when it comes to our community, when it comes to finances, we're in a mess. I want to teach my kids the value of washing a car and getting paid £5 for washing my car, for doing errands, for having a Saturday job when it's 16. I'm paying me some money. I want them to know the value of money, because the kids these days, they're spoiled.
Yeah, for them, obviously, by the time they turn the age of 18, their mobile phone bills, they started taking care of their mobile phone bills. Even before I asked them, they started paying their mobile phone bills. But everything else, food, housekeeping, like, see if they had a job, Like, I know they're making money, and even that's the case, I still want them to be financially independent. Like, you know what, have your money saved. That's why I'm wanting to keep them at home, so that once they decide to move out, they're either buying their own property or they're going on to do better things that if they've not had that money, they would have not been able to do it. So I don't know that dad had a different thought though. That they were like, no, especially that one that plays PS4 from morning till night, you need to start paying for electricity. I'm like, no, for me, I don't think it's ideal. We do it. So yeah, let's hear Uncle Beno. Uncle Beno, you have the floor.
Hey, mom of five.
Welcome back
Sorry.
again, sir.
Yeah, I have to come back in.
Yes, sir.
I'm just thinking how to present my viewpoint so that
Yeah.
Honey Babe and the other sister, they won't get angry with what I wanted to say.
Okay,
So
sir.
that's just it. To be frank, everybody is okay with whatever they decided to want to do with their own personal life.
Yeah.
But I also want people to bear in mind that sometimes we Africans, we do this westernized thing too much. Too much. We do what we see the Oyibos are doing too much. But when it's about time for you to begin to reap the seed of the life you live,
Yeah.
then you want to become African. I don't buy that.
Okay.
First off, I've heard these rhetorics all the time. Your children don't owe you nothing. Your children don't owe you nothing. Your children don't owe you nothing. Cool. Where is that coming from? Western. Yet,
Yeah.
I have, this is like, I don't know, for those who live in America, they may understand what I'm about to speak of now. I've seen the hypocrisy of this westernization bullshit. I'm sorry for using that language on your show.
It's all right.
White man will tell you this is how to raise your children. This is what you should do with your children. In their own house, white man is not doing that same thing. White man will tell you, oh, your children don't owe you nothing. Your children don't owe you nothing. Blah, blah, yeah, 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 yeah. The rich white men, and even the ones that are doing better, their children are taking good care of them at old age. It is we. Something is wrong with our black mentality. It is always us that won't look too deep. And we will just run with whatever the white man tell you, this is how it should be. And the same white man is not doing the same thing.
The same thing.
So sometimes when I hear brothers or sisters going with these rhetorics, oh, your children don't owe you nothing, your children don't owe you nothing. I always feel like asking them, do you owe your children paying their tuition fee when they are going to the university? Because of course they're going to be 18 by the time they are getting to the university.
Yeah.
Do you owe them that responsibility to pay their tuition? If you can't pay their tuition, maybe you want to pay for their accommodation. You want to give them extra money or something. Do you owe them that responsibility as soon as they are over 18? I just don't know. Seriously, something is really wrong with us black folks.
Yeah.
Let's think deeply. As far as I'm concerned, your children owe you as much as everything.
Yeah.
You gave them life. You provide for them. Many of them grew up, and as soon as they grow up, they go to school, they believe they know many. You don't know jack. If your parents decided not to snuff your life out, when you were just an infant, if your parents choose to clothe you, sheltered you, put their own career as they sacrifice every damn thing just for you to be this great. And now because you are speaking one grammar or something, because the Western man is telling you your parents, they are dumb, forget them, pay it to my insurance company. Their parents supposed to have been giving me money in form of insurance, in form of all that. If they are not doing it, you don't owe them. And you want to run with this. And your white colleague, the same age as you, that is occupying the same corporate office you are sitting in, making that money, your white colleague is taking care of his own parents on that ground.
Yeah.
How many white people do you see that come out and started yelling? I'm not talking about the poor, raggedy one.
Yeah.
How many middle class white American or British, do you see on this social media space saying, I don't do nothing for my parents, I don't owe my parents nothing? How many of them do you see say that? Let's just be frank.
True.
It is
You're right.
the black are the one that are saying this. And I'm
Uncle
saying
Ben, you
this
need to calm
hypocrisy
down.
here.
You're shouting. You need to calm
No,
down. You're
I'm
shouting.
shouting. I
There's no
have to
need to shout.
shout.
It's not
I have to
necessary.
shout.
Honestly,
It is
I hope
necessary.
it's not
Let's stop
necessary. Calm
preaching.
down.
Let us
Ronnie,
preach
babe,
the word is
you are not scared
us.
for you are not scared for your head.
No.
Let Uncle Beno go. Let Uncle Beno continue. Please, I'm set for Ronnie.
No. Yes, I have to shout because I'm a parent.
Yeah.
I'm a parent. I take care of my own kids. My
So
parents
are
took
your
care of me
kids your
too.
retirement plan as
So,
well? Are your kids your
listen,
retirement
babe.
plan?
So
Are
Uncle
your
Beno,
kids
Janet
your
is asking
retirement
you,
plan?
Listen,
Do they owe
listen
you?
to what I'm
retirement plan.
saying.
Let him
Listen
finish, please.
to
Let him
what I'm
finish, please.
saying. My kids are not my retirement plan. My kids are not my
Perfect. Well done,
retirement
sir.
plan. But I am not going to let people put it on my kids' head that, oh, you don't owe your parent. That is
You
freaking
don't
wrong. I'm
parent
sorry.
anything.
Thank you. Let
None
me
of
just
us
leave you
said
guys
that.
because it's really.
Both of us who have been talking have said that we do things for our parents.
Uncle Beno is
I
angry.
literally told you that I do support my mother. So where you coming to say, oh, I don't owe my parents anything? Nobody said that. You're just putting words into our mouths. What we said is that I was not brought up in a place where I had to pay a bill while I stayed with my parents. That's what I said. But as an adult, of course, I do help my parents, my mom. My dad's gone, but my mom's still very much with us. And I do what I can when I can. And I'm not preparing. And the fact that I don't have any kids, I'm not expecting someone else's kids to take care of me when I'm old. I've already got my plans in place.
You know what, guys? For me, I'm on the side of Uncle Beno on this.
No, but can I say something? Because the thing is, Uncle Ben knows me. Uncle Ben knows me very well. He's doing this to get viral. So I'm not offended by anything he says. He knows me very, very well. I know what I do for my dad. I told you what happened when he came from Nigeria. I know what I do for my mom. So I don't know where all this anger is coming from. It's not directed to me at all. All I'm going to say, just to clarify what I said, is that I was brought up differently in the UK. Yeah. And I said to you, I don't deal with black tax. There's nothing I said that correlates to what Uncle Ben said. I said to you as an example, there's no obligation for my mom because she's financially savvy. And now that she's married to my stepdad, she's even more loaded. So if I want to take my mom out or do anything, there's no obligation. And there's nothing in what I said that is bad. I did not say I wouldn't look up. I've just told you I'm dealing with power of attorney for my dad because I told you what's going on with my dad. And I'm looking after my mom and a new husband because I'm sorting them out because it seems that there's a few issues in terms of memory issues with my stepdad. So I know Uncle Ben is not talking to me at all. So all I will clarify is that for me and my experience, I don't deal with the pressures that a lot of you people have. And there's nothing wrong with what I've said. And I will say again, is that the fact that you want to pay black tax, that's up to you. I have never said on this show, I will dump my parents in a care home. I know what I do for my mom. I know what I do for my stepdad. And I know what I do for my dad. So I think there's been a miscommunication. That's why Uncle Ben came on the show and started saying what he said. It doesn't relate to what I said.
Yeah.
It doesn't relate to what I said at all. So I don't know whether he's directing at me personally. I don't understand it.
No, I don't think he's directing.
I know, but what I will say, that's fine because I will speak to Uncle Ben after the show. He knows me, and I know there's no anger or anything. He knows me. But what I will say is that when you have children, see, I don't. Sometimes I get frustrated. You want to do African mentality, stay back in Africa. You're bringing up children in the UK. It's a difficult place to navigate. You want to do African mentality, go back to Africa because you're living and working and bringing up your children in the West. So there's going to be an element of Western culture that's going to rub off on them. And for you to now believe that that's not the case, please go back to Africa. Very simple.
Thank you so much, Onie babe. So in all of this, I'm rounding up, guys. Like I said, I think somebody dropped it in the comment section. I think it was Abby that it's even worse here in the UK. The opinion that, oh, I don't owe my parents anything. Me that I'm sitting down here, I've got 5 children, and I can tell you that I know one of my children that will not give a F about me at old age. I am not cursing. I am not cursing, but I know out of the 5, I know which one that will not give an F about me. And do I want my children my retirement plan? Hell no. Obviously, that's why I've popped on the comment that Abby left here. I'm also an advocate for retirement plans and life insurances. Abby was the one who put me through it because I was not thinking about it. I was doing the one at work, but I decided to do a private one out with work. Abby was the one who put me through it. And yes, I had a near cancer experience last year. I thought I had breast cancer, but thankfully it was nothing. So it was when I shared that with Abby, Abby was like, no, sis, go put this in place, go put this in place. And I'm thankful that I put it in place and I'm happy. I've got work plan, whatever. So in a nutshell, I think it's worse here in the UK. Obviously, just like where Beno is saying that we are trying to take on board Western ideas. When I got here and I heard people saying that, that children in the diaspora, their children are always saying that their parents don't owe them anything. It was a culture shock for me because I started thinking that, why would you say you don't owe your parents anything? So you have all this money and you'll be watching your dad live as if it doesn't have any children, like you, as long as you are making money. And I want to believe that for the fact, just like somebody said earlier, that for the fact that your parents did not strangle you or go and dump you somewhere, they've cared for you, they've cared for you, you're not physically that
didn't snuff you out. Uncle Ben.
Exactly, that's the word. You should be thankful that your parents did not even snuff the life out of you. That they've cared for you, nurtured for you.
Yeah, but if we were snuffed out, we won't be alive to know whether or not we were here.
Then, that parent will have enough time to enjoy their money.
I get what you're saying, but I think
the parents had their fun, had their little fun in the bedroom, decided to bring kids into the world. There's a certain responsibility that they have to do. Hey, if it was like, we should be grateful that we weren't snuffed out. I don't know why I would be grateful for not being snuffed out.
But can I just
why
say
did you bring me if you was going to
snuff
snuff me out?
Yeah, I think Sissy wants to talk. Go on, guys.
I think Uncle Ben wasn't. I don't think he was coming.
Are you supporting Uncle Ben now? Because obviously I don't understand what he was saying.
I'm supporting him. He wasn't directing it at anybody specifically.
He said British. He said British. So I know
the mindset.
To me, it's Western ideas that is getting through our heads as Africans, but we know where we are coming from. That there's this Yoruba adage, I can't remember it now, that your children will as your old age, your children will be doing.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I get it. I do get it.
But all these Gen Z children in this country, they don't think that way.
Exactly.
My thing is like I think it should be an honor for me personally. I see it as, even if I have money, I've already said to my partner, I'm like, babe, as our parents are getting older, his dad is in his 80s, his dad is fit and healthy and doing fantastic. But I'm like, realistically, to me, if it gets to an age where our parents or even my mom are at an age, I would want to be able to afford like building one of these annexes where they can live
in the garden. I have
that in mind, not because it's something. I've never had black tax. All my family are here. My mom is here doing well. Me and my brothers and sisters, we don't pay black tax for anybody, even our mom. Do you understand? So it's not even that. It's something that is like, it's something that's come out of you as a sense of giving back to your parents at a time when they're no longer able to. It's not because it's a must, it's a dual pie affair. It's just something that you as a child, it should be a privilege, like to honor your parents and look after them. Do you understand? Within your capacity. If you're not able to, for whatever reason, people get older, they have dementia, and then maybe you're not able to give them that one-to-one care. But I feel like as a child, if you know your parents have really, even though it's their duties, they're right. I have 2 children. I'm not telling my children to feed me. It's my responsibility. I don't put it on their heads. Oh, I'm doing this for you. It's my right. It's my choice. And I had my daughter at 17. Okay. So I know making that decision to give birth to her at that age as a teenage mom, it was 100% my decision. There were other alternatives. So I can't say there's so many things I missed out on, but I've never held that on her. I've still managed to make up those things, right? So I would never hold that against my child. But at the same time, it's like, she knows what I put into her and where she is today, that I believe that I would hope that she will look back and when I get to that stage, make some accommodations and adaptations to include me into her life in future. Do you understand? Her and her brother. But it's not a thing where people should say, oh, your parents, even if they've got their money, they've done everything. Yeah, that's true. But your parents still want you to show up for them as they get older. Because at the end of the day,
I get what you're saying,
you're the one that can advocate for your parents more than a random person in a facility or healthcare sector. Those people, your parents are just a number or just a patient on a docket. You're gonna be the one that will advocate what kind of care your parents want, even if they're able to or whatever. So I feel like it should be like a sense of duty, or not even duty. It should be something that you should be happy to do if you're able to do it. That's
and another thing I want to agree with that, it is a privilege to be able to take care of your parents. I mean, for you to get to a point where you can afford to be comfortable with yourself and take care of your parents, it's a great place to be. Do you understand? But one thing I have a problem with, not really a problem with, but it explains why we have a problem having generational wealth in Africa. We have that problem because the current generation, all their resources are going back to a generation that won't be here. That's just fact. We're not building. A lot of us are not building. You know what? I want to build for my children and my grandchildren, to build that wealth. That mentality of building forward and a lot of it is keeping us poor. And that's it. And I've seen so many stories where kids as young as 14, 15 having to go out, and I've heard some disturbing stories back in Nigeria where the parents are telling the girl, oh, well, you're old enough to have a boyfriend. Why don't you go and get a boyfriend if you want to get certain things? And bordering line of child trafficking and child labor that's going on. All of the fact that, oh yeah, we brought you into the world, so you have to start paying back. And it starts from when the kids are barely teenagers. They're barely teenagers and they've already started. They can't even have enough to build their own life. To build their own life, they don't have enough to build their own life in order to be stable, and they're already having to take care of their parents. I think that's child abuse, and I don't. That is financial abuse of your children, and I do not support that.
Thank you so much, Janet, for that. So there's a comment on this screen here. Obviously, I was talking about having an insurance plan, and this person said, who will enjoy the insurance plan? It's still the same children that refuse to look after the children in your old age. So in my own opinion, my children will look after me. They must be, they are not, it's not a must for them to be my retirement plan, but they have to be.
Yeah, I think the problem I had, even the way the comment was even worded.
Let me quickly say, welcome.
What I'm trying to say is that we need, you have a house, you buy a house, you have house insurance, contents insurance to prevent certain things that are going to happen in the future. Like I said to you, everybody knows my story, so I'm not going to keep repeating regarding my dad and what he did to my mum, and the fact I'm still looking after him, sorting out his housing. So no one can come to me and say that I don't give back to my parents. I'm just saying what I said in terms of my experience is different to a lot of you guys in terms of I've never had to deal with black tax and all those type of pressures. What I will say is that I agree that you look after your parents. I know what I'm doing for my parents, running up and down, trying to sort things out in regards to power of attorney, sorting out their wills. I know what I do for my parents, so I'm not going to go into that. But what I'm trying to say is that nothing is guaranteed in life. So I think personally, I agree with what Janet said in that we need to have critical thinking. Yes, it is the highest honor to look after your parents, but there's situations where there has been trauma, there has been abuse, and where situations where from when you're young, you're pressured into making money. Those are the situations we're talking about. But at the end of the day, I personally agree that yes, it's an honor, but you can't give what you don't have. Now, there's many people that have elderly parents for whatever reason, have kids and cannot look after their parents. Or like I said, I have a massive garden. I live near to my parents. That's a deliberate move by me. I've already thinking of they want to look for a bungalow, one so they don't have to go up and down the stairs. I have a massive garden, 80 feet, thinking of maybe in the future doing stuff. So I'm making plans with my parents in terms of things like that. But what I'm saying is that I personally think that the pressure you give on children, especially when they don't have the capacity or have their own lives, we need to be mindful of that.
Onie babe. So a parent who is demanding from a child will not demand if that parent knows that the child does not have the capacity to give him as well.
I'm very sorry, Mama Five. Not in every situation. You're assuming that the parent is normal and has empathy and understands his children's situation. I have seen friends of mine where the parents are so unreasonable, very, 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 very unreasonable, and will demand, and they know that the child has a lot of pressure, maybe have kids, maybe not working, maybe raised redundant, and will still pressure that child. So you're assuming every parent is reasonable. We know that's not the case.
It's not the case, yeah. I'll definitely understand. Like,
I'm not going to talk about it. Like I said, in terms of the question that Vivian said, I'm not going to answer you because I've repeated it many, many times. So don't go there, please.
So
don't go there, please.
I've got this comment from Uncle Beno saying that here in the state, we have parents with 2 doctors and 1 engineer doing well, and yet their parents are working. I will cost those children.
The thing is, that one is different. That one is different. But what I'm saying, yeah, but if you finance, the thing is, there's situations where life happens. You're made redundant. So many things happen. So I think in a situation where the parents are saying, give me money. If you don't have the capacity to give money, there has to be understanding. But I understand what you're saying. If you have the money, give it. I'm just talking about being reasonable. That's all I'm saying. It's not hard, but that's all I'm saying.
But I also feel just quickly, M5,
yeah, sure.
I feel like a lot of Black parents, we love this. I think it's just the culture. Because we've struggled, we want our kids to struggle. I don't really subscribe to that notion. It's like, I did this.
No,
my children should suffer.
I don't want my kids to go through what I went through.
No, I don't believe, white people will give their kids soft landing, okay? They'll say, okay, this child is finished from uni. If they're able to pay, they'll pay. But then there are some parents that have the capacity to do it, but they'll still want their child to struggle and go through what they pass. So then what's the point of you being at the level that you are, but you still want your children to suffer? I understand there is a lesson in doing things for yourself to a certain extent. Like, for example, my daughter, she's just graduated from school. Immediately after graduating, she got a really great job in like one of the big firms in the city, right? So she's now working in Canary Wharf and she's just 22.
Nice.
So my plan for her is she's living at home at the moment. She doesn't contribute to bills, paying for electricity, paying for all these things.
Oh, no, she has to start contributing, Onie, babe. I'm sorry.
No. For me,
she has to start contributing.
She pays for her things like her like she had car insurance, she had a car, she has car insurance. She pays for her bills, so she understands. But for me, I would rather she saved that money so that our plan is after a year and buy a house.
That's what I did.
Understand? So for me, I wouldn't say, be paying for a bill, contribute towards the mortgage. And there's some parents that their kids will, and it's like you're stunting their projection where they can get to faster. Whereas instead of you doing all this like life lessons of struggle, if they're not able to do that, me personally, I don't want to do that because I'm like, look, you have this 1 year or 2 years plan. I think she can even do it in 1 year because her salary is very good for her age. So I'm like, our plan is we're sitting down looking at your finances. You're just saving to put down deposit. What I can do is top it up if needed, but I want her to save the majority of that money because that will teach her sacrificing, having a goal and focusing. I don't need to force her to be paying bills that I can pay myself. Do you understand? So, and it will just set her back in terms of the goal that she wants to get to. If I'm asking, pay for this, pay for that, something that she could do in 1 year, maybe it will take her 3 years, 4 years because I'm doing all this, contribute to the house.
African mentality.
Do you understand? So I feel like sometimes we like to let our kids struggle for no reason. My plan, at least, have her own house so that she has something that's financially holding her, and then any other thing you can do is by the way. Do you understand? It's building on top of that for your future. I think that's more important than these struggle life lessons that some of us parents we really want to instill on our children for no reason. I mean, we brought them here, or you came for a better life, but then you want your children to be struggling for what? I don't get it.
Right. So thanks so much, ladies. So for me, obviously, where I stand, for me, it's always been my desire, and it's still my desire that I'm going to keep all of my children at home up until I believe they're at that stage that they are ready. Maybe they're buying their own flats, or they want to rent temporarily, and then from there get onto the property ladder. That is my wish for them. Hence why when it comes to obviously the way my parents were with me, like, okay, every month from your salary, you buy toothpaste, you buy toothbrush, you buy this. Hence why I don't do that with them. I don't. But their mobile phone bills, they, like I said, I did not even have to ask. They all had their first mobile phones at the age of 10. And their mama have been paying up until they started university. So immediately they started uni, they started getting all this extra bursary that they don't have to pay back. They automatically say, Mom, no, I want to start paying for my, because me, I was going on different mobile plans. Which one is cheap? And you know, when they're out and about, they need a massive data. And stuff like that. So because they realized that mom is trying to cut down, they offered, like, Mom, you know what? I'm going to start paying, and I was quite happy. So even with that, there are times at times I've been tempted to, like, you know what, the way you guys are using electricity on the phone all the time, you're forever charging your phone in the shower for 20 minutes. I've been tempted to, like, okay, I've been tempted, but at the same time, I often remind myself that I want to give them a soft landing, which means know why you're here, save as much as you can. Like I've always said that I started a child trust fund. You know, when I don't know if any of you remember when
I
the UK
remember. I did that for my daughter.
£500 child trust fund. You get £250 first.
Is that the ISA?
No,
is that ISA?
So you get the check, and then you can either put into an ISA for them. That was what I did. Yeah, so when the minute they turned 18, I did not save a penny into that money, into that account. But it grew, it matured to, like, at the end of the day, each of their accounts up until they were 18, they had about £4,500 in it. So when the first one started uni, I took out £1,000 and put the remaining into, like, a what's it called? An adult exactly. I put that into that, and I let her know that don't come and ask me for money. Because they know I have a trust fund for them. There was a time one of them came to, like, because I was like, madam, your direct debit for your phone came out from my phone. Why did it bounce back? Mom, I don't have money. I was thinking maybe if I can use my trust fund. I said, come, Elizabeth, your trust fund, I can't dip my hand into it. It is until so. So she understood, and since then she has been budgeting that, okay, when we're on summer holiday, my mobile phone bill has to be paid. So when it comes to food, I don't, because like I said, I want them to have a soft landing. I want them to, like, when they're moving out, they're moving into their own flats. And then obviously they will have gotten a job. That is what I want. My own parents never thought of that for me. And even at times, it's been to it. But somebody was asking that, okay, fathers or parents who are not there, do they deserve? At the end of the day, this father brought you to this world. However, they have to be reasonable. There was a time I had to say to my parents at some point that you gave birth to 5 of us. For me, I know that I'm the one who is most forthcoming. And I had to say to my dad, you have to be very, very reasonable with me here. I also have 5 children.
Yeah, that's true.
That I need to, be there for.
Yeah.
So which means that if I didn't even have to send anything to my mom, if I don't send anything to my mom in 12 months, she would not ask me for a penny. But my dad, when he calls me like this, my dear, I know what he's asking for. And I've made sure that so amount of money, this is how much. Wow. I'll tweet that money every month. He must not come in to ask me for money for anything else. And he knows. I make sure that one is there. So am I expecting the same from my children? Once they are comfortable, I expect such from them, but I will not force them. If they are not able to.
So would you see it as an obligation? Would you see it as an obligation? They owe you. I just want to ask the question, do you believe they owe you because you gave birth to them? I'm just asking that.
I will not say because they gave birth to them, but from where I'm coming from, the African mentality.
Yeah. Because my experience is similar to what CC's experience. I lived, after I finished uni at 21, I went back to my parents' house and I saved up for a year. I didn't have to pay for a penny. And I was able to buy my first house at 22, like I said. Now, I was lucky that my parents thought the most important thing for me at the time that I bought was to get my own house because I was renting. I was wasting money. So my parents educated me to push me to buy a house. Those are the type of things that should be more important than is to educate our kids. Because I say this all the time, as much as Western culture, a lot of these people that are not us, they have generational wealth. We don't. Why? Because of our mindset. We don't believe it's important. And I think we need to educate ourselves. Yes, take from our culture what is good, but at the same time, take from other cultures, which is good as well. We need to, as a community, be able to raise our children up to have generational wealth. The problem I have is that we're so focused on our culture and not focused on what is our legacy, what is our inheritance for our children, because I think that's important as well. That's why you have a lot of Western Caucasian parents that the children or the grandchildren will have hundreds of thousands of pounds in inheritance because their parents were smart enough in terms of finances. And I think that's what is very, very important and what is lacking in our community.
And another
because
thing
if you as a parent are so focused on, my child needs to buy, as soon as he's 16, he should be paying all the bills, he should be buying toothpaste, he should be buying that. That's not what is important. How do you help your child in terms of, okay, you're an adult, let me educate you financially. Why don't you buy a house rather than renting? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do? That's what we should be doing as parents. And then once they good
with money, she actually does like buy stuff. She wouldn't go to Costco and do like a £300 shop. No, but she'll be like, Mom, I'm in Tesco. Do we need this? Or she knows, okay, we need soap, we need toothpaste. She'll top up things. She'll buy bread. I don't have to ask her those things. Those are the things that I appreciate more, as opposed to saying, oh, okay, let's all go and I do like one big shop, because we're gonna do that anyway. But just having the mindset that, okay, I entered a shop, I bought something for myself. Mom, is there anything that we need in the house? That is the kind of mindset
I
think is more important.
Another thing what I wanted to bring in is the fact that there is, sorry guys, is that look, no group of people are a monolith. There are white people who give their kids a soft landing. There are white people who build their kids from the age of 16. Now, if you want, if from the age of 16 you're being forced to pay for your own food and you're scrambling in the kitchen for crumbs, and you manage to kind of like get out of the house and get yourself a part-time job, and you're managing to you have to go to college at the same time, you're the one paying for getting the student loans, and by the time you finish your college, you've worked in a pub, or in a bar as a bartender, and after school you have to find yourself to get a job, and you're struggling, you're sharing with your mates in in a shared house, as typically a lot of youngsters do in London these days, because they can't afford rent. Do you think that a kid that's gone through all that struggle will think that they actually owe their parents anything when they grow old? But you compare it to someone that came from a moderate, maybe say a middle class background, where the life was made a little bit more comfortable to the point that they got to university, and then when they finally got out is when they graduated from university was the first time they actually even thought about leaving the house. Of course, they're able to earn a better income. They're not saddled in student loans. They're not saddled with all kinds of things. They'll be more amenable to helping out their parents, because they could see what the parents had contributed all this while and made their life a little bit easier. They're not going to say, oh, I don't owe my parents anything. They might not do as much as maybe a typical African kid might have to do for their parents, but they will definitely be more open to helping the parents out. But this is not a race thing. It's not a white thing or a black thing. It's a social economic class thing. That's what it is.
But I think, remember, it started off, I think we went to this discussion because there was this idea that we're incorporating too much Western values, isn't it? That's how we got to the conversation that we did.
Got there, which was a bit misguided.
Yeah, I know. And one thing I will say to the person that said that not all white people are rich, the reason I mentioned Caucasians because I work in investment banking, and I know the clients that I used to work for, and they were mostly Caucasian. So I know that not every, we're not generalization, but in terms of my experience, that's why I said that the type of money that I saw when I was working in those areas, it was mostly Caucasians, which is the reason why I said what I said. But I think the most important thing is to have discussions with your parents. Like I said, my mom said to me, my mom has been honest and said, do not put me in a care home. So I know that I'm going to have to, if it gets to a stage where she's not mobile, she's going to have to live with me, or I'm going to have to put a granny annex in my house, in my garden. So it's about having communication, taking action, doing the necessary paperwork, power of attorney, and things like that. So I think those are the things that we should be talking about personally. Plan for your parents' future, have those conversations, do the necessary actions.
Like, ladies, we are rounding up. I think there's going to be a part 2 of this, so I'm just going to close now. So I want to respect each and everybody's decision. White tax, no white tax. Pay for your children, pay for your children. I want to remind each and every one of us again that as Africans, where we are coming from, we are raised up to know or to believe that at old age you should care for your parents, and that caring for your parents will be according to your pockets. If you are not bounty enough in your pocket, your parents cannot expect you to go and buy them a limousine when you can only afford an Okada. That's one thing there. And for me, yeah, that's one of the conversations I had with my parents, like with my dad, that I've got 5 mouths to feed and being in that span all of this. So is of the opinion that, okay, any day you give me whatever you give me. So for me, I know, and I still hold that belief that I must provide for my parents. I might not give him 1 million naira every month, but the little I am giving him is happy with it and it's constant. And I want my children to be able to do that for me as well. Based on what they can afford, I will not want them to go and rob the bank because I want them to buy me a limousine at my old age. But I hold the thought and the belief that at my old age, they should be there for me. And just like somebody said there, all this nice insurance I put for them, once I grow old, according to the Bible age, 120, who is going to take the money? Not them. So why will such child not look after me when I have that thing in place for them? So when I now grow old and grow old and grow old and go to where the elders go, that money will now go to them. So at some point, yes, I understand. Even our children as well, we need to have a conversation with them. That, okay, well, this is what is happening, this is what I want at my old age, this is what is there, this is what is there, this is what is there. So if I've put all of those things in place and you're not going to care for me, just like somebody asked again that, okay, as in like are you expecting something in your father's will? The parents you don't care for. How are you expecting him to will you anything? So like I said, there's going to be a part 2, and maybe Uncle Beno will maybe channel this discussion on his channel or on his page as well. But yes, I just want to let us know, this is just me rounding up. Like I respect each and everybody's decision, and like for me, in my own way, I am providing soft landing for my children. That is why I know some whites here, as soon as their children turn 16, 17, they want to move out. For me, if it's possible for me to keep my children at home till they get married, I will. I will, as long as we don't give each other gbasgbos. If you're able to survive and not give each other gbasgbos, I am happy to keep them till they even go to their husband's house. Like they get married, they're able to get on the ladder, be able to afford things for themselves. Because at the end of the day, I want to make sure that they are comfortable at home, live their life, so that when they're not on their own, they will always have my love, or they always have my love in their hearts. And that mentality of me being an African, that at old age, I expect you to care for me. I don't expect you to come and clean my yash when I'm pooing everywhere, but you will care for me. And just like I said, I want each and every one of us to respect each other's opinion. We agree to disagree. And yes, I want to say Gen Zs, I'm saying it again, some Gen Zs in this country, they don't send you. And like I said, there's going to be a part 2. That video that I said I saw, we're going to play that video and then the conversation will start from there. So with that being said, CC, 1 minute to round up before we go.
Thank you, M5. I think to me, I think at the end of the day, as Africans, we should remember that there's a blessing that comes from your parents when you take care of them within your capacity. And I feel like as Africans or as Black people, let's try and, remember that we should also invest in looking at long-term plans for ourselves as we get older. Children can't be your insurance plan, as everybody said, which is, I think is right. If you have the education, you're in the West, specifically life insurance, looking at your plans, doing a will, all these things are just putting up assurances for your later stage of life, so that the burden is not so heavy on your children. That's also, the two things can work hand in hand, and it can still work nicely. So yeah, that's just my contribution. Thank you for a great show.
Thank you so much, my sister.
Have a lovely evening and enjoy your
you also have an amazing week ahead.
Thanks for having me on.
Oh, Jenna, don't go yet. We're still going to have, Onie, babe, 1 minute to round up.
I was going to say that everything that Cece said is correct, but I still will push back and say that do not rely on your children as a retirement plan. Yes, there's a blessing in helping your parents, but there's a thing in the Bible saying parents should not provoke their children. So I think that most of the people that are advocating hard are normally I feel that the parents that are constantly pushing their kids, you must owe me this, are the ones that don't have the best relationships with their children. So if you want your children to be in your life and be there for you in old age, maybe you need to think about your relationships, if you have any bad relationships with your children, and mend any relationships that you have. Because for me, I think it's quite audacious where you have not the best relationship with your children to expect them to be with you in old age. If you've done things that you shouldn't have, you need to mend that relationship and communicate, because a lot of parents have no communication with their kids and still expect their kids to still be there for them. And again, like Cece said, have plans in place. There is such a thing in the UK as power of attorney. So that have these things in place so that if anything happens to your parents, you that power of attorney is there to help you legally and financially in terms of any health decisions. I think Mama Fa, you know more, but that's what you need to do. Have conversations with your parents. My mum has already said that she doesn't want to go in a care home. So I know that if it gets to a stage where she's not mobile, she has to live with me, or we have a granny annex in the garden where I live. So have those plans in place. I do believe, yes, it's a blessing to be there for your parents, but it's not universal. There's case by case basis. Many people don't have the greatest relationships with parents, and some parents are not meant to be parents. So we need to be aware of that. But I think communicate and put things in place.
Yeah.
Thank
you so much, Onie babe. Thank you so much. I heart you, sis. Thank you so much for your contribution. Right, Janet G, 1 minute to round up, and then we shall
just so I won't take up your time too much time. Again, echoing what Madam Honey has said, and the other lady, I can't. The banners covers your name, so I can't see it. So I just think that we should. Everything is a case by case basis. There's a lot of nuance to this discussion. I do think that we should plan, not use our kids as an insurance plan. I am totally against that. I believe in raising your kids, and if you do well by your kids and you don't marry 5, 6, 7, 8 wives and have baby mamas everywhere and illegitimate children and mistreat their mothers, that's for you. Dads and you mamas, if you take care of your kids and you do as much as you possibly can, there's the likelihood that the kids will take care of you in your old age, but it is not guaranteed. I don't think it should be guaranteed. That you rely on them for your old age. But we all pray that we're good enough to our kids, and our kids are successful enough to be able to take care of us. Not in old age, and that's me praying as someone that doesn't have any kids. But hey, if I don't have any money, just throw me in a canal or something. I don't know.
No, God forbid that for you. God forbid that. Regardless of that, I'm sure there will be a lot of people who love you.
That's it. So thanks so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Have an amazing week ahead. Right. Thank you so much, guys. Like I said, we are all adults. We are allowed to agree and disagree. We still love each other regardless. And yes, like I said, let us respect each other's opinion. And for me, my opinion is that I care for my children. I do all this multiple. I'm sitting my ass on YouTube for 3 hours. I'm going to work 5 days a week. I know what to make sure that I'm able to put food on the table and do all of that myself and their dad. And I hope that I pray that they all turn out great as we are being good parents to them. And I pray that God put our love in their hearts, and they should also remember that when the kind of care we've given to them when we are frail and fragile, that they'll be there to look after us as well. And yes, for me, I am not team that because I want to live it, I want to go on safari or whatever holiday every year, you must pay for it. No, you care for me according to your pockets. And like I said, I'm a traditional woman, and I believe Uncle Beno is a traditional woman. He's a traditional man. Hence why he came in saying it as it is. Uncle Beno broke the table. And I'm of the opinion as well that, in as much as your children really should not be your pension plan, your children, as like African that we are, we believe that our children should care for us at our old age. And that care comes in a lot of varieties. It can be broken down into a lot of varieties. And yes, I agree that we should have conversation with our children. This is what I want. This is what I want. This is what I put in place. This is what I put in place. I just wanted to know. So at least that child will also know. We smart up and so we are on the same level. Anyway, with that being said, like I said, there's going to be a part 2 of this show. So if Uncle Beno is up for it, I'm available as well. And if I'm up for it, I'll probably set it up at some point during the week as well, so we can have a chat again. And I would love to stay here further, but it's time for us. I can hear my children praying already. It's time for our night prayer. So thank you so much to each and every one of you. And also the video I made sharing my story about the social services. Thank you so much, all of the advice, all of the suggestions. And for those of you who also judged me, thank you for judging me. At least, like I said, I've learned, and I will never be making such mistakes again. So a concluding video, a concluding part of the whole situation. I've already filmed that, and if you've not yet turned your post notification on, I already premiered it. So go turn on your notification so that you can hear what happened. Like I said, I already heard back from the NMC and the decision they've made. So the thing now is that, will I still be able to practice nursing? You know, guys, I did say that my concern was what's going to happen to my job, what's going to happen to my relationship. And somebody did say that, oh, I was talking too much, that social service could be monitoring me. And I was like, monitoring me how? Like, no, I also want to live a life of transparency, especially when I'm on this channel. I'm a mom of 5 children, and I've seen videos, or I've seen comment people asking me that, how were you able to care for these children 20 years, no be my mind, no social worker record, no police record, and I'm just minding my business, and I'll find the time to do so. It's not as if maybe I know everything. I'm still a parent who is still learning here. If you were here on my show last night, you will see how other parents and myself were also pouring out our arts as to what some of our kids are using our eyes to see. Like, there's no textbook for parenting, okay? There's no textbook for parents. So those of you who judge me, oh, I say no, so she know better. Tell me, because I know Sabi. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I see all of your comment, each and every one of you. I see your papi. I see you there. My papi dropping. No, I don't know why you did not come on and say hello, but I see it. Hey, Mary Sugar, welcome, my baby sister. How are you? Well, I'm just rounding up. So if you have the chance, please watch back as well. And I see each and every one of you. I see you, JJ Queen, Janet G. Yeah, we've been here. We've been chatting. I see my papi, the crown. I see Chioma, you're welcome. If this is your first time here, you're welcome. I see all of your points as well. Please don't be a stranger on this channel. Uncle Beno, my Gbasgbos uncle, my uncle that I love so much. Cici, my beautiful sister, thank you so much for being here. Abby, I see you, but I know you have to go. Banky's Corner, my beautiful sister, welcome, and I see you there as well. I see my beautiful sister Felicia, my one and only sister Felicia, the only sister that loves me on this platform. I love you, sis. I see each and every one of you. If I don't call your name, I am not disregarding you. I respect and love you. Vivian V, I see you. Amazing, I see you. I see each and every one of you guys. So please make sure you turn on your notification. And if you love what we do here, and if you like to be a guest or a co-host, or there's a topic you find and you want us to come here and dissect it, you can find me on Instagram as thatmom5. You can email me on thatmom5@gmail.com, and you can find me on Instagram as well as thatmom5. You can DM me, and with such topic, if you want to be a co-host, or if you want to be a guest, or you have a story you want to come share on this platform, feel free to contact me on short DMs. And yes, a quick shout out to all of the small businesses in the house. Qualisa.inc. She has she sells beautiful, amazing perfume oils. When you use those oils, people would think you are wearing a designer perfume. It's called Qualisa.inc. So KWALISA.inc. Qualisa.inc. You find it here, and a channel on YouTube as well. The Blueprint Rebuild. One of my sisters as well. Go check out the channel. And also Man of Prestige. I would have loved Man of Prestige to be here today, but shout out, go find Man of Prestige. And Uncle Beno. No matter what I do, I must not forget my Uncle Beno. Like my Uncle Beno. Uncle Beno is my uncle of all, all knowledge. It brings it out, it takes it back. It brings it out, it takes it back. And also, your mom, your one and only that mom of 5. I'm still learning on these streets, being a mom of 5 picking, and being a Gen Z new beach nurse. Like, what we learn every day. As Yoruba people used to say, that it is somebody else's knowledge that you also learn knowledge from. I hope I translate that well. With that being said, thanks so much, guys. Have an amazing week ahead, and I shall see you at some point, sometimes this week by God's grace. And we shall all be alive to see another day. Thank you so much, and I will see you all later. All right, bye everybody. Bye. Kai, 2 hours 12 minutes. I am learning work from Uncle Beno. Thank you so much for your super chat, Janet G. Thank you, guys. Please stay. Thank you for that super chat for me. Zeno, me and you will fight. This is your late coming. I am not taking register again. Zeno, oh yeah, family meeting in the back room. This is your late coming. We need to have a meeting. It's lovely to see you here again, Zeno. Thank you so much, Janet, for that super chat. I really appreciate it. God continues to enrich your pockets in the mighty name of Jesus. Thank you, guys. And Zeno, I know the time you came in. Shay, I should go and find the time for you. Don't worry, I'll find the time for you and I'll let you know. You said you were not late. Anyway, lots of love for you, sister. With that being said, guys, I am out. All right? And this air, I want to use it to blind some people's eyes, but they are telling me not to. Guys, let me go and I'll see you guys later, all right? Bye for now. I know the time you commented, oh, Zeno. Hey, you want to do that, Abi Zeno? You want to do that, Zeno? Let me go and find the time. Right, let me go. Zeno wants to keep me here for 3 hours. Let me go. Anyway, guys, let me go. Thank you so much and have an amazing week ahead and stay blessed. Those of you who are in Nigeria, please stay safe. Those of you who are also in various places in diaspora, please stay safe as well. And yeah, I'll see you guys later, all right? And before I go, guys, what do you think of that AI Ray-Ban glasses? You know, I'm planning a trip to Nigeria soon. I'm thinking of getting that glasses so that anybody will not try nonsense with me. So I think Showore, Ray-Ban should give Showore was ambassador because he's been advertising that glasses, and I want to go and get my own before the price doubled in price. You know, the one I really wanted, they don't have it in stock. I wanted the cream one, but they don't have it in stock. But guys, let me know what you think. All right, AI Ray-Ban, that's the glasses that is trending in Nigeria now. With that being said, let me go. Tatafo is enough. Bye, guys.